discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Has a loved one left you a classic car to sell? Introducing GMTVCC.com. Give Me the Vin's new classic and collector car buying service. Whether it's a 1988 Fox Body Mustang or your granddad's 1985 square body Chevy truck, GMTVCC.com has got you covered. Their experienced pro buyers will appraise and offer real money for your classic or collector car, and you get paid now. No consignments, no auctions, just quick and easy cash. And they love resto mods. That's only at GMTVCC.com. Give Me the Vin's new division for classic and collector cars.
2 guys, 5 rings.
Yes.
One essential podcast for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers host a new podcast that's all about the athletes.
You gotta get your head in the game.
As Zac Efron once said.
And the culture.
Not French.
Well.
I have no association with the nation of France.
But you did live in Montreal.
Of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to 2 Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app. Search 2 Guys, 5 Rings and start listening.
Hey, it's the Greek, Monroe's of Palm Beach. Wizards and Wands, huge event, 500 cash prizes for the best costume, plus prize raffles all night long. Monroe's of Palm Beach, open till 5 a.m. It's Saturday, July 13th, Wizards and Wands. It's a big event. Stop by. You'll see a beautiful lady, enjoy a great night, and open till 5 a.m. It's Wizards and Wands with 500 cash on the line. Monroe's is open 7 days a week, and they're open at 5 a.m. with beautiful ladies all the time. The magic is there every night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
Yikes! It's like a sauna in here. Isn't your garage supposed to keep your car protected from the summer heat so it's nice when you get in? This is like a giant brick oven with your car parked right where the pizza should be. If the point of a garage is to keep your car clean and comfortable all year round, how do you expect this leaky old tinfoil door to stand up to all that heat? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Garage doors should be insulated. If you love the door you have, we can add custom insulation to your existing bare metal panels. And if you're not so in love with the door you've got, we'll help you find a gorgeous new door with internally insulated panels to keep your garage cool and clean all summer long. And warm and clean all winter. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it nice. Tell you what, we'll bring you a pizza.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
From hurricanes to heat waves, Florida homeowners have seen it all. That's why they trust StormSmart. Stormcatcher screens, shutters, and impact windows provide year-round protection because smart is made to last. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Too often, adults miss the opportunity to get vaccinated. Dr. Candace Robinson, Director of Scientific Affairs and Public Health at GSK, weighs in on the importance of staying up to date on vaccinations.
Vaccines are one of our most powerful tools that we have for protecting ourselves against vaccine-preventable diseases. In the U.S. alone, 16 diseases are now preventable due to routine vaccinations.
Albertsons and Safeway have been long-standing community health partners, administering vital vaccinations and medications to millions of patients each year. Dr. Liz Moyer, Director of Patient Care Services for Albertsons and Safeway Pharmacies, shares more.
Your pharmacist is a community health partner. They're highly accessible as most people live within 5 miles of a pharmacy. You can walk in or you can pick up the phone and call and ask questions about what vaccines you should have based on your age or maybe disease states you have. So you can utilize them as a great resource to really figure out what you need.
For more information, visit albertsons.com/pharmacy or easyvax.com.
The Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is the GOAT of fast food deals for a lot of reasons. Here are 4 of them: a junior bacon cheeseburger, nuggies, fries, and a drink. It's also just $5. And unlike the other guys, it's not going away after a month. Get out there and get the bag. The Wendy's Biggie Bag. U.S. price and participation may vary.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Elf Beauty. For the first time in 20 years, 7 Americans advanced to the 4th round of Wimbledon, including 4 American women: Emma Navarro, Coco Gauff, Danielle Collins, and Madison Keys. Heading into today's matches, just 2 of them remain: Navarro, who defeated Gauff on Sunday to advance to the quarters, and Collins, who plays her 4th round match at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcast.
When it comes to women in sports, Elf Beauty is all about leveling the playing field. The same goes for the boardroom, where Elf is one of only 4 publicly traded U.S. companies with a board that's 2/3 women and 1/3 diverse. Learn more at elfbeauty.com.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of Team USA, plus NBC's top Olympic moments, original Summer Games podcasts, and live hourly updates from the games in Paris on the iHeart app and right here on this station. Be sure you have the free iHeart app, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
iHeartRadio. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Mo Better Garage. Mo Better Garage. We make it way Mo Better. MoBetterGarage.com.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Welcome back to The Penthouse. It's always a pleasure to have you here on a Monday. Did you have a nice weekend? Did you have a nice July 4th weekend? Did you have a little extended weekend? Did you have Friday off and able to have a 4 or 5 day weekend? I know there were some people out there that did, and we'd love to hear about it. By the way, you can always get in touch with the show, 877-927-6969, or like to leave a talkback message. If you got the latest iHeart Radio app on your phone, you can go look for Real Radio 921 on there, and you'll see a little microphone. You can leave a message on there. I like to play those during when we usually come back from break. Or you can also get in touch with us on our text line 47142. Start off that text with Real Radio. And let's see. Somebody did text in. They want to know what the 11 a.m. keyword is, please. Well, I'll be happy to share that with you. That 11 a.m. keyword is bonus, BONUS. If you go to realradio921.com, little window will pop up for you, and you just enter bonus, and you'll be in the running for $1,000 in the 11 a.m. hour. I am Jimmy. Thank you so much for spending your day with us. And we got Greek here. What's going on, Greek?
Hey, what's up, Jimmy? It is a Monday of a holiday weekend we just had, and it's going to be hot as you know what this week. So drink a lot of fluids if you're working outside, or maybe a good week to take vacation. It is time now for a Greek Trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, the U.S. men's Olympic team, they are practicing, getting ready for that gold medal run. And guess where they're at? They're in Viva Las Vegas. Steve Kerr yesterday addressed the media, but also LeBron. But LeBron was talking all about his son, and that's all that's been the headlines. I can't believe how much headlines this is getting.
Bronny hit a foul shot, hit a jumper, and they showed everybody, but it's because it's LeBron's son. LeBron also said his son doesn't give a blank about critics. He's going to just go out there and play hard.
My ass.
Yeah, so we'll see what he says.
I love those people that do that.
Yeah, I don't care, but I mentioned it.
I don't care, but I'll bring it up.
Yeah. Dolphins and Tua, still no movement, and this is July 8th today, I believe. And before you know it, 2 weeks and change, they're going to be in training camp. Training camp opens on a Sunday, July 28th. Yes. And so many people are so excited, not just me. Believe me, everywhere I go, people are like, oh, my God. This weekend I must have heard there's no sports. It sucks because basketball's over, hockey's over. We got really lucky last year because we had the Heat, FAU in the Final Four, and we had the Panthers in the Stanley Cup. And this year we had the Panthers. But, man, people are starving on walking into restaurants and bars and seeing soccer all over the place. And people are just watching it. They don't even know what the hell they're watching. But, yeah, the U.S. men's Olympic team, they are getting ready. Dolphins and Tua very far apart. And rumor has it, some people from Tua's camp are saying this could be his last year with the Dolphin organization if he doesn't get the money he wants. And he might not. His camp is talking about $50 to $55 million. Dolphins are not on that side. And it's an issue that all Dolphin fans are talking about. Is Tua worth the money? He's got a lot of great receivers, obviously, with Tyreek Hill, Waddle, good running backs. They signed Odell. It's a good team. Can he make it happen? But I think the money issue is going to be over their heads if he doesn't sign. So we'll see what happens. Also, if you are a fan of the Dolphins, it's Freedom Month, so no tax this month on Dolphin tickets.
Cool, there you go.
That's a big deal. Really is. Same thing with concerts.
Yeah, especially for something like that that's really a luxury item.
Sure, it
really
is. Yeah. No doubt about it. There is a waiting list, though. Something you haven't heard for years for Dolphin tickets. Yeah. They have a waiting list for season ticket holders. So you got to get your name on the list and see what happens. So
they're doing much better.
Yeah.
And of course, this will really be a big shakeup depending on what goes on here with Tua. I'm kind of surprised that he's starting to play a little hardball.
Well, they're negotiating. They go back and forth. They let things out to the media. You know, who knows his agent.
Yeah, it's a little bluff. Yeah.
I mean, it was like Bronny James's agent who handles LeBron kept telling everybody, if you draft him, he's going to Australia. So you're wasting a pick. So don't pick him. I mean, they throw stuff out there. If you buy it or not, it's up to you. If I was the team, I'd be like, I wasn't taking him anyway, so don't worry about it. But, yeah, we'll see what happens with Tua. It is interesting, but we are now in the month of training camp. Before we were talking about it 60 days ago, 90 days ago. Oh, my God. And now it's here.
Oh, week 1 of college is August 24th.
Yep, it is.
That's coming up, too.
Hard Knocks, you'll get a little football. That's coming up in August. That'll be on HBO, and that is with the Chicago Bears. First time ever that the Bears will be on Hard Knocks. It is Jimmy and the Greek. Franny will join us later in the program. But if you want to get involved, 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. Talk about your 4th of July, or maybe you saw some fireworks that were just unbelievable. And what do you hear when you watch the fireworks? You hear, ooh, ooh. You're like, ooh, man, nice fireworks. And that is your trifecta.
Well, we'll keep it on the sports theme for a little bit here. I was reading an article this morning that talked about, I guess we also have the next season of America's Sweethearts, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders coming up here fairly shortly. But they were talking to one of a former Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, and obviously it was associated around the pay. Now, we've heard for a long time that cheerleaders don't make a tremendous amount of money.
No.
Even so, I've heard as much as low as $50 a game in the past, but I think that's well in the past.
Yeah.
Although they're still not making anything like, obviously, the players, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But according to this documentary, there is one former Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Her name is Catherine Puryear. It looks like is how it's pronounced. Looks like how it's spelled here. She says, I would say it's sort of like a Chick-fil-A worker that works full time. That's sort of how she would describe it as far as the salary. She also took to social media to talk about it and explain the pay that the cheerleaders get. And she said, quote, I can't tell you every dollar amount because I like this. I don't read my contract all the way full. I don't know if I would have admitted to that.
Yeah.
But then she also says, I think it's something, there's also like disclosures in there you can't you're not allowed to say exactly how much it is that they make. Charlotte Jones is the executive vice president and chief brand officer of the Dallas Cowboys, and she says they're not paid a lot, but the facts are that they actually don't come here for the money. Now, we'll get to the point that we often hear, right? Yeah. It's a stepping stone for something else. They come here for something that's actually bigger than that, according to her. They have a passion for dance. There are not a lot of opportunities in the field of dance to get to perform at this elite level. So if they can do it here, it, may parlay into something else that's out there. Now,
stepping stone.
Now, Puryear explains in her TikTok video that the cheerleaders are paid a flat fee for games plus an hourly wage on game day. So you'll get a set fee of whatever that number is for the day plus each hour that you work. She notes that those days are typically about 11 hours long. Practices are also paid hourly. In the report, it states that the Cowboy cheerleaders earn about $15 to $20 per hour or about $500 per game, and that would average out to about $75,000 per year. The other key factor that I saw in this article that I was reading with it is that it's also part-time, so, it's just a part-time job. It can be extensive for certain times of the year, the day and everything, whether they travel or not. Some cheerleaders travel, some don't, that type of thing. And there's all kinds of factors that you can put in there, too, depending on what team you're playing for. And, of course, I'm sure Dallas, they probably make the most, right? They're probably the highest profile cheerleader out there.
I knew a couple of cheerleaders, one for work for the Dolphins, one with Washington. And she said where practices and game day was like 10 hours.
Right.
She said it was like a 30-hour week, but she didn't make good money at all. She said it was cool to be on the sidelines, stuff like that. But she said, it didn't parlay for her into anything else. She goes, I met a lot of people, a lot of things like that. And there were opportunities. But she said, it was a great experience.
Mm-hmm.
She did it for 2 years. I did a bunch of podcasts with her. But she said it wasn't like, even though they tell you you're not going to make a lot of money, in your mind, you have the vision of this could be it. I'm going to meet somebody.
Yeah.
And you know what? My life's going to change. They're not allowed and they're not supposed to date anybody on the team. That's forbidden.
Yeah, that's an old rule.
Yeah, but they all do. So that's a rule that's never there. Coach Sposa married a Miami Heat cheerleader.
Yeah.
So, he goes there. But, again, it's... And like somebody like the Dolphins, it's hot out there.
And the other thing too is you have to define, what do you consider making good money? Because if they're making $75,000 a year on a part-time job,
that's good.
That's pretty good money. That's double what I make, and I work full time. So it just goes to show that your perspective of what is good money is different from person to person. No, $75,000 as a cheerleader in Miami, trying to live on that is probably kind of difficult down there.
Yeah, the girl I knew for work for the Dolphins, I think it was about 5 years ago, and she said a way less number. Way less.
Right.
And she was full-time, every squad. But again, every situation is different.
It is, right.
That's right. And she also told me, not to interrupt you, she said there is a lot of opportunities if you want to go work special events and stuff like that.
Right.
She goes, and I didn't do them all. So she goes, there were girls who, every time something comes up, they did it.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Anytime a promotional is out there for the team, I'm sure the cheerleaders will something like with Tua and Waddle being at Palm Beach Autographs, will there be any of the cheerleaders there? Do they go out to?
I don't think so.
But there are opportunities kind of similar to that, I think.
Yeah, because you would have to pay them.
Yeah.
Like Palm Beach Autographs would have to pay them. They're already paying Waddle and Tua to show up.
Right.
But if they wanted cheerleaders there, it's like anything. If you had a birthday party and you want to call the Dolphins and say, I want a couple of cheerleaders here,
they'll
do it.
Yeah. Sure.
Time for
you
Sammy.
Want Justin Bieber to come to your pre-wedding ceremony? He'll do it too.
$10 million.
$10 million. Seems like a fair price.
Oh, I think it's nice.
How about Sammy Hagar? You want to have Sammy Hagar come to your backyard barbecue? I'm sure he would do that too. But you don't have to do that. You can win a pair of tickets to go see him right now. Give us a call, 877-927-6969. The Best of All Worlds Tour. It's kicking off right here in West Palm Beach, featuring Sammy Hagar, Michael Anthony, Joe Satriani, and Jason Bonham, with special guest Loverboy. They're going to be at, I Think Financial Amphitheater this Saturday, the 13th, and we want to send you there. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969. We're going to play a little game called He Said, She Said. I've got a list of quotes here, And I'm going to read one to you, and all you got to do is tell us, did Greek say it, did Franny say it, or did Jimmy say it? And if you guess correctly, we're going to send you to go see Sammy Hagar this Saturday at, I think, Financial Amphitheater. I see the phone lines are lighting up. I'm going to get some people lined up, and we'll get going in a minute.
Great job, Jimmy. 792-769-69. That is the number to call. Tomorrow night, big event at New York Prime. Red Meat Lovers event. Tomorrow night, I will be in the house parking cars and maybe in the kitchen eating steak. That's about it. But a big event tomorrow. Go to redmeatloversclub.com for more information. It's going to be a great event at my favorite spot, New York Prime. The steak is so good there. The cows want to get in there. So you'll have a great time, and it is a great event. Every time Red Meat Lovers does an event in the area, and they always have a charity they're tied into, it always is a great time. If you love steak and you love great food and great atmosphere, tomorrow night, New York Prime, big event. Red Meat Lovers Club. Go to their website and check it out. You'll see all the information, how you can get tickets, and enjoy yourself at a big event tomorrow night. I will be in the house, so it's going to be a great night. I'm excited for it. Every time I'm at New York Prime, I get jacked up. One of my favorite spots, bar none, and one of maybe 4 or 5 spots you can find me on a regular basis there, 7 days a week, in and out. But tomorrow night, Red Meat Lovers Club is taking over New York Prime. You guys can go and have a great night and enjoy yourself. Go to redmeatloversclub.com, their website. Evan is going to give us a call again tomorrow to promote it even more. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want a chance to win tickets to Sammy Hagar.
All right, let's do it. We've got Rick. He got through first, and he's on with the Penthouse. How you doing, Rick?
Doing well, thank you. How was your 4th?
It was great. I was down in Miami, so I had a very good time. I enjoyed myself. Are you a big Sammy Hagar fan?
I am.
All right, good.
Right.
All
well,
right,
let's see if we can get you to go see him this Saturday at, I think, Financial Amphitheater. Now, Rick, I'm going to read you a quote. All you got to do is tell us, did Greek say it, did Franny say it, or did Jimmy say it? If you guess correctly, I've got the audio to back it up, and we'll send you to the show. All right, bud?
Sounds good.
Here is your quote. How about this one? I tell you what, I'm still tasting it. I tell you what, I'm still tasting it. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did Jimmy say that?
I'm going to take a guess at Franny.
Ooh, and I'm sorry about that, Rick. That one was me. I tell you what, I'm still tasting it. I'm still tasting it. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that, Rick. Next up, we have Jim on the line. Jim, welcome to the Penthouse. How you doing today, pal?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
We're doing awesome, Jim. You have a good 4th of July?
It was very good, and had a nice long weekend, so it worked out very well for me.
All right, good. All right, let's try to make it a great Monday.
Let's see if we can get you set up here with a pair of tickets to go see Sammy Hagar this Saturday, I think. I'm going to read you a quote, Jim. Just tell us, did Greek say it, did Franny say it, or did Jimmy say it? Here is your quote. I know where to put my balls. I know where to put my balls. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did Jimmy say that?
I'm going to have to go with Franny on that one.
And I'm going to have to let you know, Rick, Jim, that unfortunately that one was our good friend, Mr. Greek, and it sounded like this. Nope, hold on. I can't do that one.
I know where to put my balls.
I know where to, and he's very, very matter of fact about it, that he knows where to put his balls. I'm sorry about that, Jim. Next up, we have Joe on the line. Joe, welcome to the Penthouse. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm good.
Joe, did you have a nice weekend? 4th of July, all that stuff?
Yes, had a great weekend. Got to see fireworks and a long weekend. It was a good weekend.
All right. Is it tough going back to work today?
No, not too bad. Always happy to have something to do.
All right, good.
Well, that's a good attitude to have. I hope the rest of your day goes well. Let's see if we can make it go really good right now by setting you up with a pair of tickets to see Sammy Hagar. I'm going to read you a quote, Joe. Just tell us, did Greek, Franny, or myself, Jimmy, say it? And here is your quote. How about this one? 3 inches? That's insane. 3 inches? That's insane. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that, or did Jimmy, say that?
I think Franny said that.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
She did, and it sounded like this.
Right.
3 inches.
Jesus.
That's insane.
It's insane. Oh, my goodness. All right. Great job, Joe. If you would hang tight for a couple minutes when we go to break, I'm going to get back on the line with you off air, and we'll get you set up with those tickets to go see Sammy, all right?
All right. Sounds great.
Nice
Thank
job.
you.
There you go.
Great job, Jimmy. As always, way to be the maestro on it. Every day at 11:45, we got a chance for you guys to win something special. Concert tickets, maybe amusement park, maybe Dolphin tickets coming up for opening day, New York Prime gift cards. Always try to say thank you for you guys because listening to us is a pleasure for you. No, it's a selection, and we appreciate you picking up, listening to Real Radio all the time. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and more. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. Don't forget, $1,000 is backed by Real Radio and iHeart doing it again 13 times a day. You get a chance to put $1,000 in your hand. We had 3 winners last time. Let's do it again this time. And our management loves us when we do it. I mean, they really like when we give away money. We would like it the other way around where they give us more money, but it's okay. We're not complaining. But it's your chance to win $1,000. We can't win this contest, but you guys can. 1,000 times, 13 times a day, you get a chance to win $1,000. Who doesn't want that? Wimbledon is on, and it is the Super Bowl of tennis. And this year, the men and women are getting the same purse for a grand prize, $2.7 million. We're going to talk to Jeff DeForest later, on the Greek Zone, and he is a tennis player for years and also a big tennis aficionado, knows tennis inside and out. We'll see what he thinks and who might win Wimbledon. But $2.7 million. And yesterday, local girlfriend Del Rey ended up losing. She got beat. So
yeah, Coco Gruff. Is that how you say her last name? Yeah, she's number 2 right now. And I saw that she lost.
A big upset, too.
Yeah.
Big upset. Number 19 beat her. Yeah. And she hasn't had great luck at Wimbledon. I think this is her 5th year. And she just having great luck. Fantastic player. And again, local, Del Rey. So every time she's on, I root for her, and hopefully she'll win. Maybe next year. But, Wimbledon, unbelievable. People love it, and they get jacked up. It is the Super Bowl of tennis. Don't forget about that. We talked a little bit about tomorrow night's big event at New York Prime. And don't forget, this Sunday, there's another big event, Palm Beach Autographs we're involved with. I'll be there, as Waddle and Tua will be there at the Wellington Mall at Palm Beach Autographs. Great place. You'll love it. Up close and personal with Tua and Waddle. You can't beat that. That is going to be awesome. I got my agenda for Sunday, and that is on it to go to the Palm Beach Autographs. It is the Greek and Jimmy. Francis will join us later. Just had a big giveaway for Sammy Hagar. We're going to come back with some fun facts and so much more on Real Radio on a Monday. Peace.
We're still your at-work station, even if your work happens to be on the kitchen table. Bed. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
A decent drive along your expressways this morning. 95 of the Turnpike currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. We got some road work here on Lakeview Avenue westbound after Flagler Drive that'll be blocking your left lane. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Celebrate July 4th with the hottest deals at Lowe's. Bring some color to your garden. Get 2 select 2 or 2.5 quart red, white, and blue annuals for $10. In-store only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Actual plant size and selection varies by location while supplies last.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
In this week's Marketers Report, Angela Zepeda, CMO Hyundai Motor America, discusses measuring audio.
The measurement capability within audio, I think, surprised all of us. We have seen a huge return on our investment. Seeing real numbers has helped us continue to invest.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the data, audiences, and influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
From hurricanes to heat waves, Florida homeowners have seen it all. That's why they trust StormSmart. Stormcatcher screens, shutters, and impact windows provide year-round protection because smart is made to last. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
This July 26th through 28th, get ready for an event that will inspire and empower Christians across America. The Believers Summit is coming to West Palm Beach, Florida. This summit is more than just a gathering. It's a mission to stand courageously for truth, embracing the Here I Am spirit of readiness and obedience to God's call. Join an inspiring lineup of speakers including Charlie Kirk, Jensen Franklin, Ali Stuckey, Eric Metaxas, Sage Steele, and many more. Register now for 25% off using code WPB Local at tpusafaith.com/believers.
Yikes! It's like a sauna in here. Isn't your garage supposed to keep your car protected from the summer heat so it's nice when you get in? This is like a giant brick oven with your car parked right where the pizza should be. If the point of a garage is to keep your car clean and comfortable all year round, how do you expect this leaky old tinfoil door to stand up to all that heat? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Garage doors should be insulated. If you love the door you have, we can add custom insulation to your existing bare metal panels. And if you're not so in love with the door you've got, we'll help you find a gorgeous new door with internally insulated panels to keep your garage cool and clean all summer long. And warm and clean all winter. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it nice. Tell you what, we'll bring you a pizza.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center, have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We have another scorcher ahead of us. Heat index values topping out in the triple digits. We're looking at 110, 115 degrees for the heat index this afternoon. A slight chance of showers, but those are mostly going to be contained inland, especially with the interaction of the west coast sea breeze.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
I'm Chris Walls, and I'm a truck driver from Missouri. For 13 hours a night, I sit in my truck and I drive. Out of boredom, I'll stop and eat. If I'm not doing fast food, I guarantee there's a bag of chips open on my dashboard. Along with that, I'm good for about 4 liters of soda a night. That was all until Andro 400. I started out 4 months ago weighing 341 pounds, and since taking Andro 400, I have dropped 45 pounds. I'm sleeping better. There's no cravings. My knee pain went away. I've had some lower back issues, and I've noticed that went away, and I can only contribute that to Andro 400. One thing that Andro 400 said on the radio ad says it attacks belly fat. Well, let me tell you, it did. I've lost 6 inches. This product really does work.
So guys, if you'd like to experience similar results, then get Andro 400, the safe, natural, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Just dial pound law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America, and now the universe's largest injury law firm.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword cash at realradio921.com. That's cash. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Penthouse, what's going on? Palm Beach Gardens' favorite pool guy, Jeremy, checking in. Just want to wish you guys a happy 4th of July weekend. I'd also like to welcome the newest member to the Drew Bledsoe Club, okay? Anthony Rizzo. My guy, Uncle Ben Rice, came storming onto the Yankee scene this weekend. 3-home-run game. It was freaking amazing. Anthony Rizzo, it's been fun having you on the team. But you ain't playing no more, brother. Peace, guys.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Jeremy, love you, brother, but it was just one game. I mean, I know you're using the Bledsoe thing with Brady, but we'll see what happens with this kid. Yeah, he had an unbelievable game, knocking home runs out like I get lap dances, but we'll see. One game does not make a season. But always appreciate you guys getting involved with us in all aspects, whether it's a talkback line, whether you're texting us or calling in. I am the Greek. Jimmy is in the house.
Hello, and good afternoon.
Francis should join us in the program at some portion, but Jimmy's going to step up right now and do some fun facts about...
It's Freddy's Fun Facts. Well, today is National Video Game Day, so we're going to talk some fun facts about video games. Some quite interesting tidbits here. As you can imagine, there's quite a bit. One that I didn't write down here, but kind of reminds me, too, that, was it Nintendo? This actually was founded in, 1889 or something like that, but they used to make playing cards before video games, obviously, were anything. But we're going to officially start off our fun facts here with Mario Brothers. I think we've all seen those characters out there. But did you remember that Mario was originally a carpenter and not a plumber? Before Mario was dodging sewer creatures, he was dodging barrels thrown by a giant ape in one of the first video games out there, Donkey Kong. Mario was a carpenter, not a plumber. To switch to plumbing was probably a career upgrade, considering he went from fighting apes to rescuing princesses.
Plus, it was a union job. He got more money.
Pac-Man's design? What do you think that was inspired by, Greek?
Pac-Man's design?
Pac-Man?
Not sure.
Believe it or not, it is just as simple as what it looks like. A slice of pizza missing from a pie.
Oh, wow.
The iconic shape of Pac-Man wasn't some genius design. It was just inspired by a simple pizza with a slice missing, according to the creator, Tora, Japanese name here. Was literally eating dinner when this idea struck him by looking down at his pizza pie. He said, look at that. There's our new character, Pac-Man.
Wow.
Here's a video game that some gamers from back in my day would remember, E.T. It was such a flop that they had to bury most of the unsold copies because just nobody was buying it. The E.T. video game was so horrendous, it led to thousands of unsold cartridges being sent to a New Mexico landfill. The game was rushed to the market in just 5 weeks to coincide with the movie's release, but it was a terrible game. Grand Theft Auto 5 was the most expensive game ever made until recently. Of course, that number will change over the years as they get bigger and bigger, but with an estimated budget of $265 million, Grand Theft Auto 5 was the Hollywood blockbuster of the gaming world. And just like a blockbuster, it raked in over $1 billion in just 3 days after its release. And this is back in 2013.
It's amazing.
That's what made that number so big. The new most expensive game in history is Star Citizen with a $590 million price tag for development. The space combat simulator game shattered all records and did so with the help of crowdfunding. So this was a group-funded project, right? With that kind of money. It has taken the developers over a decade to create the game, and it's still in the works. It isn't even out yet. And this record is slated to be shattered again next year in about 2025. So when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, these games just are making billions of dollars.
It's amazing.
Nearly half of all gamers are female. That's right.
Really?
Contrary to the basement-dwelling male stereotype, nearly half of all gamers are female. Women are not only avid gamers, but are also making their mark in game development and esports. Got a couple more fun facts here about video games. It's National Video Game Day. Minecraft is the best-selling video game of all time. With over 300 million copies sold as of 2024, Minecraft takes the crown as the best-selling video game ever. And finally, on this list of fun facts for today, Doom was so popular, it was installed on more computers than Windows 95. When Doom was released, it became so popular, it was installed on more computers than Windows 95, and Bill Gates even considered buying the company that made it. Now that's what you call game domination. And there's some fun facts for you today about video games.
Thank you, Jimmy. I would never think the gamers were 50-50. I thought it'd be like 70-30 with men. But that is the stereotype you always see.
I think at one time it probably was more dominant, more male dominant. But I've even seen now, I mean, some of the gamers that are out there getting paid, and I see them on social media posting on, Reels or TikToks, and, it's women. It's more women than I see men that actually post, on social with it,
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah,
but it's a stereotype.
That doesn't surprise me now, only because I've kind of seen that transition. But it's not exactly the typical stereotype that people have known in the past.
So I know you have a unique story about a woman and trying to find a husband.
By the way, 47142 is our text line. I'll get into some texts in a minute. But yeah, check this out. Is this a genius idea or not? What do you think, Greek and the audience? Julie Reinberg, she's 38 years old, and she was vacationing at Snake River Sporting Club this summer with her family. And when I say family, I mean extended family, like sisters, brothers, that type of thing. Because she's not married. She's looking for a husband. She spends her days playing pickleball, hiking, golfing, and playing with her nephews, ages 5 and 3. But her summer includes a more unusual activity. Reinberg has been planting golf balls on a golf course for looking for a potential husband. They read "looking for a husband" with her Instagram name on it.
Oh, wow.
So she'll go out, she has a family that's near a golf course. She's done this too in the past, but the idea came to her about 2 months ago when she was visiting her twin sister and brother in Las Vegas. They also live on a golf course, so she thought she would do something similar. So she wrote a text on a sign, put it on a fence that was out by the golf course, but she didn't get much response from it. Why? Guys aren't looking up. They're looking down at the golf course and looking for a ball. So they're not looking up a fenced area or something like that.
You might also think it's a hoax.
So,
like if you see it with a golf ball, I might think it's real.
It's written on the golf ball. I saw a couple pictures of it too, and she just simply took a Sharpie, wrote on the side of the golf ball, looking for a husband, and with her Instagram name on it. So she changed over to doing it that way. Reinberg views the tactic as an icebreaker and a fun experience. It's something lighthearted. You can talk about it, right, if somebody does. She's had about 20 direct messages from people that have found them and contacted her so far. And she says if an older gentleman finds her ball, she asks if he's got a single son. And one teenage boy found one, looked it up, and he said, "Hey, I'm getting married." But it's just another unique way because she's been on dating apps and is tired of that scene. We've been hearing a lot more about that recently. More and more articles of people that are just getting tired of the dating apps. That just either for whatever reason it's not working out for them, and they're trying to come up with some different ideas. And I think this one's pretty unique. The downside is you're putting personal information out there, but the other thing is too, I mean, it's just an Instagram handle.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be some percentage of whoever calls you. Some are not real,
Right.
some are fake, some are married. Put them on cigars.
Yeah.
Another one you want on cigars.
I mean, with something like that, I mean, an Instagram handle, if you don't like the people, you can just block them. You know, it's not even a phone number,
No,
you know.
I don't think it's bad. Again, anyway, if you're looking to meet somebody, you try different things. And if it works out, it does.
Sure.
I mean, and I'm an odds guy. I've always said that. Go where the guys are if you're a woman. Like you said, the golf courses. I mean, odds are it's 70-30. Cigar events, another one where there's a ton of guys. And vice versa for men.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, I think it's something different. I think it's unique.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely unique. It's cool. You never know. It's an interesting story.
Yeah. I was really intrigued by it and reading it, and I thought, what a pretty interesting idea, being able to get it out there. But I keep falling back to the idea, just people are tired of swiping right.
Well, I think that I think you're starting to hear more and more of negativity about it from even people I know, where they'll say it's not the person that you see. Everybody doesn't call each other, so you really don't get to know them. Even Gen Zs, they're saying, hey, everything's texting, but a lot of people aren't good texters. So, again, everybody's got their stories, good, bad, or indifferent, if you want to try to make it work. But we've seen people do billboards.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me, that's really out there.
Small town USA, because I mean, you're putting your face out there, you're putting an email address out there,
and maybe
you're putting
a
phone number out, because that I have seen where there was a dude that did that out in like Kansas or something like that, and it worked for him. I mean, it worked out. It ended up being a positive thing, but of course you've got to weed through the people that are prank and do things like that.
One of my buddies met a girl. He went to his dentist's office. He's been going there for years. And he knew the receptionist. He said, do you know any, girls that come in here that are single? I'm looking to meet somebody. She goes, I don't know anybody, but if I think of somebody, like, I don't know. He said a month or two later, some girl came in and she thought that'd be a good match. And they set him up and they've been going out since.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Never know where you're going to find love.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Or where you're going to pay for it. What do we got on hold?
We have our good friend Toot checking in with us. Hey, Toot, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Toot?
All right. Hey, I'm finally getting back about that little wishing well deal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you can get like your leftover gift cards. When
and throw the gift cards in there.
Cents. You got 75 cents or 55 cents, and just toss a gift card in there.
Who knows? I mean, again, the whole thing with the whole premise. And even the fountains at the Bellagio, people throw coins in there all the time, and chips. And it's to make a wish. That's what you do. It's just something that we knew, traditionally growing up. That's what you did. You threw a quarter in there, a nickel, dime, whatever you had, and just said make a wish. But taking that away, I think, sucks.
And that's what I was talking to my buddy about. He's like, that totally gets rid of the whole idea of tossing it over your shoulder and make a wish.
Yeah, like you could go right now and say, I hope the Dolphins win the Super Bowl. You make a wish.
Yeah, and then throw a $1.25 leftover gift card in there.
Yeah, it'd be different. Find some place from like maybe I don't know, Walgreens or something like that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't throw plastic cards into a water fountain.
I don't think it's a great move.
Just going out on a limb there.
I don't think it's a great move.
Probably not the best idea.
But you do what you want.
All right, guys, man. I love you, and you guys have a good day.
You too.
Take care, buddy.
877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142.
Like this? Tua needs to win a playoff game before he is worthy of being franchised.
I agree.
And I think a lot of people have said that too. I got this one in Greek. I might need your help. I don't know what it means. It says, let Greek know to ask the security for Mike. I'll get him in so they don't stop him or hold him up. Is that an inside joke on something? I didn't quite get that one.
I don't either.
47142. Start off that text with Real Radio. We got, so Julie's looking for somebody to make a hole in one. Well, that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad idea there. I wonder what Julie's favorite club is, a 6-wood or a 9-iron? I don't know.
I have to ask the caddy.
Not sure. The best place to put up your picture and info is the post office. You're guaranteed to be seen by a lot of people. Okay, I guess so. Right next to the wanted posters. Is that the idea behind that?
I don't know. Post office. Does anybody go in anymore? It's not like it once did. I mean, they go in.
Oh,
but
sure you do. There's a lot of you mail packages.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. More for that than I think, and people that have post office boxes.
Yeah, it just seems like when's the last time you got a letter? You know what I mean? Like somebody wrote.
Yeah. Well, that's non-existent.
Yeah, it just doesn't. Even cards, like around the holidays and stuff, it just seems like that all went awry.
Yeah, a lot of that's non-existent.
Everything's on social media, like Happy Holidays.
Yeah.
It is the Penthouse on a Monday, getting back for a weekend of bang, 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 baby. Let us know if you had a good 4th of July, maybe you did something special and you want to share it, or maybe you saw fireworks at a place you never did. You said, man, I'm going there now next year. Put it down. I was in Miami, and it was a very good time and a lot of fun. They do a good show down there. And a lot of people don't wear clothes down there. Jimmy, who do we got on hold?
We got our buddy Manny checking in with us. Hey, Manny, what's going on, bud?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Hey, Franny, you're killing it.
Franny, you're killing it. Franny's out today. She might join us later in the program. She may not. And then hopefully she'll be back with us tomorrow.
For sure. So how was your guys' weekend?
I had a good time. I was in Miami for 4th of July. It was a good time and very unique and just a good time all around.
We went over to some friends and enjoyed a little barbecue on Saturday night. And good talk, good friends, couple beers, that type of thing. Love it.
Thought about you a few times,
In the bedroom.
Yeah. Total stinker.
What'd you do, Manny?
Yeah. So 4th of July was pretty mellow. I had to work on Friday, and but I just spent some time with the family on the weekend. Went out to Miami, like Homestead, like almost 2 hours away.
Oh, that's far. Oh, my God. I drove down there one time. That's like in Cuba. That's far.
Yeah, it's like southwest Miami way out there. Yeah, it's crazy. But, yeah, I had a good time. Little pool party with the family.
Nice.
I was only grown up. I didn't know it was a kid's pool party. I took my bathing suit anyways.
All right, so what? You had a good time.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds like fun.
Bunch of pee in the pool,
Oh, well.
That's awesome. It's great. I'm happy for you. I'm glad it all worked out.
They put that dye in there so if somebody pees, you can see it, like that big cloud that follows them around.
Hey, I said I was surrounded by pee. That's awesome. Nice.
Good. Awesome. Great job.
Oh,
my God. Nobody knows how to celebrate the 4th like you, pal.
Yeah. Fireworks, barbecue, and urine.
I love this country, huh?
Greatest country in the country.
Got all your fingers left?
You said it. One ever blown off.
All right, Manny. We appreciate the call. Thanks for wishing us a happy 4th on the 8th.
Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for, guys.
Love you.
Positive reinforcement.
Let me wish you happy Thanksgiving right now. Get it out of the way. You're the best, Manny. 877-927-6969. Again, a unique way. Jimmy had a story about a woman meeting guys, put her Instagram on golf balls.
Mm-hmm. Looking for a husband too, by the way. That's she put it right on there. So there's no doubt in what her intent is. She's looking for lifelong companionship and put her Instagram handle on there, and she threw it out onto the golf course. And so far, she's got about 20 people that responded to her in direct messages on Instagram. So it might work out. What is a unique way that you've been able to attract somebody of the opposite sex, or same, it doesn't matter, into a relationship? 877-927-6969. You can always text us 47142. Start off that text with Real Radio. We'd love to hear your stories.
For your guy, go to the mall, any mall, and sit outside of Lululemon. That's the high-end fashion.
There you go.
And you will meet girls.
Find a sugar mama.
Yeah, you will meet all ages from 25 to 60. Sawgrass, where the Panthers plays, there's an outlet there. I went Christmas time to buy somebody a Christmas gift. Oh, my God. I was like the only guy in the whole place. But if you want odds for your way, because it's always, we mentioned girls where they can meet guys. That's a great place, I'm telling you. They have men's clothes there, and guys do wear their stuff. I'm saying they don't. But the odds are there's a lot of women there.
Sure, yeah.
And so you're just sitting outside, and you never know. Say hi to somebody.
Well, you talk about the odds. This woman did that at a golf course, right?
Yeah.
Predominantly male clientele that's going to be there. And there's in the case where there's predominantly a female. So it makes sense.
It's a shot. I mean, you're outside of the mall. I mean, and also you could go in there looking yourself. So it doesn't really look like, you're looking to meet somebody just hanging out in your shop, and then maybe you can strike up a conversation.
Sure.
I think the golf ball is unique. And I did say, too, cigars. Like I said, imagine if she put her name on a box of cigars and her Instagram. Guys buy them.
Well, I'll tell you what, talking about getting a date, I have a social dilemma here that I thought maybe we could run over, and it has something to do with a date and meeting somebody. So we'll start and get into this and think of whether or not this woman needs to do what she has to do to resolve this situation. So here it is. I've been single for a few years now, and one of my friends at work wanted to set me up on a blind date with a guy she knows from the gym. Nothing unusual so far. I agreed. We arranged a date. When I got to the date, I realized the guy she set me up with was my ex-boyfriend's cousin.
Okay.
I dated my ex for 3 years, so I know the family well. I ended up having a great time on the date, and we want to go out again. The only problem is, well, of course, the connection between my ex. I don't know if it's a good idea to date someone from the same family. My mom thinks I should because she hasn't seen me this happy in a while, but my friends think it's weird and it'll cause problems in the family somewhere down the road. I've been texting him a lot. I can see going out with him another time, and I'd like to. Is this messy or totally fine, or should I avoid this? What do you think, Greek?
It's a little messy, but messy's good. And if you like them, screw it. And the good thing is you don't have to worry about meeting the family for the first time. You know everybody.
Already been through it, right?
Uncle Tom, what's happening?
Yeah.
Joey, what's going on? Aunt Liz. It's a little messy, but there's been a lot more messier. And the messy is, intrigue. Now, the only thing is, well, we don't know the story, if it was a bad breakup and say she cheated on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then that's different.
Yeah, there are some. Man, I don't know. I think I might avoid this one unless you really think that he's the one you want to be with, like super long term, possibly. But outside of that, boy, I tell you, that's just every Thanksgiving, every picnic, every Christmas event, every Hanukkah event, Easter, all of that, whatever celebrations you get together with as a family, it's going to be super awkward. You guys were together for 3 years.
If he's there. Now, cousins sometimes don't celebrate all the immediate family does, but maybe you don't know. Right. But you first thing they're going to say, obviously, is, didn't she date, so-and-so?
Now, the only thing is it's not like she started dating the cousin
right after
because of the connection with the family. It was actually a very strange coincidence with somebody from the gym, right? I mean, which, like a small world type thing happening. So with that said, maybe it's not so bad, but I don't know. I would think that it would be very awkward.
And I think it's timing. Like, didn't you say in the beginning of the scenario that she's been single for a while?
No, but she dated her ex for 3 years.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So they were together. It was a long-term relationship, that she was in with the guy. It's not like, they dated casually for 6 months and, okay, well, that doesn't make it so
3 years
difficult,
is wrong.
right?
Yeah.
So they were together for a while. She knew the family, and all that. And I do see your point. I mean, you say it in a jokey manner, but it is true. You already know everybody. It's like there's nothing on that side of it that's too bad.
You go over to the house, you bring a bottle of scotch for the guy. I knew you drink scotch.
But then again, how many times have you, you've gone out with somebody that you already knew or was friends with somebody else, and you're in the area of an ex too.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
that happens quite a bit.
It's a small world. I mean, again, a lot of times if you're in that same area, you're going to bump into people. Everybody does. Like I always said, to me, it matters if how the relationship ended, but we don't know that.
Yeah.
If she was bad and say she cheated on him, then I wouldn't do it, because then they're going to look at her and say to him, oh, she cheated on him and she's no good and she sucks and she hurt him, then you're going to deal with that.
Okay.
If it was a mutual thing, you might be like, hey, we had a good run and did it. And I also think, and this is important, timing. if you're single for a long time, just say, and you don't meet anybody, and she said she's been happier, your tendency, I think, is a little bit more to try it than say you're only single 2 months. You're like, well, I just got out there. Let me see what's out there.
Okay.
You know,
enough.
but if you're single a long time, you're like, hey, let me try this.
Yeah,
You know, I haven't met anybody really. And like you said, it's innocent. It's totally different when it's innocent. You know what I mean? When you're looking for the person.
Oh, somebody who set her up.
Yeah, so
Is that
that's
what you mean
innocent.
by- okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
you don't know who it is. I mean, how do you know? I mean, it's a cousin. I mean, you know, and if she went on the date and it worked out, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong.
Her mom said she's never seen her happier.
Yeah, so if she's
So how
never been
about that,
happier,
huh?
and I don't think there's anything devious about the whole thing.
True.
I don't think so.
Okay.
So I would just try it and see what happens. And then if it, you know, the only thing I would suggest is if it starts going good, you tell the person. Don't let them find out. That's the one I would do. I would tell the cousin to call him and say, hey, tell your cousin we're dating because I don't want to be out and, you know, he gets upset or whatever. Again, we don't know the scenario.
I would kind of, you know, it doesn't imply here, but I'm thinking the cousin knows.
Oh, okay.
That it's his cousin's ex. I would assume so, but
no, I'm saying like
she knew him right away. So
no, but I'm saying maybe down the road you tell the guy she dated,
right?
Like let him know, like, hey, maybe she doesn't talk to him. Yeah, maybe she doesn't talk to him, but maybe the cousin can call him.
Well, they'll know when they sit down for Thanksgiving.
Well, you can say
4th of July.
Hey, you know, it's a weird situation.
Hey, Joe.
You know,
Banging your cousin now.
you know, Denise, right? With the price of gas, I mean, I got to change things.
Got to save some money somehow.
Things happen.
Firecrackers are expensive.
And everybody has a different thought process on everything. Some people would say, absolutely not. There's too much drama. And some people might be like, screw it.
I'm not so negative on it. I can sense the awkwardness now.
Sure.
You know, that's the only reason why I would be very cautious of it.
It's awkward with friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. It just says if it's a friend, let alone a family member, to your point.
Right.
And some people, and everybody's different. I have a buddy of mine that one of my friends dated his ex-wife, and they were divorced 15 years. He didn't want to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
In his mind.
Yeah.
15 years ago, he was like, nope, sorry, he's dead to me. And I found it odd. I was like, dude, and he's married. And he got kids, and I was surprised.
So he's remarried, but he still doesn't want his friend dating his ex.
And I, not stick up, but I was like, I can't, and I could tell it was a bad divorce though. 15 years later, but still, I didn't think the kid did anything wrong. And he came to me originally and said, hey, you know who I met him when I asked her out? You think he'd be mad? And I was like, no, it's like 15 years ago. He's not going to care. He cares.
Well, I think the key to that is what you just said, where it was a bad breakup.
Yeah. And some people,
So he still holds bitterness towards her.
Oh, yeah, resentment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
I could see that.
Sure.
Yeah.
But 15 years is a long time.
It is, but
yeah, some like I said, everybody sees things differently.
Yep.
I didn't think so, and I was just, voicing my opinion because he asked me. He got mad at me. He goes, "Did you tell him to do it?" I said, "Dude, what the hell do I know?
Right.
I don't know her name." When I first saw him, he was like, "You know who that is?" I'm like, "No." And then he told me. I said, "Oh." I said, "Does he?" I said, "I don't think he'll care," but he cared. And it worked out for my benefit. It's the Penthouse on a Monday. We'll be back with some more. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
A man was detained by sheriff's officials and cited after he jumped into an elephant exhibit at the Milwaukee County Zoo, they said.
Do you think the elephants looked at each other and they're like, so are we going to talk about the person in the room?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Bay. Show off your poolside only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Let's see what's up with traffic. on Real Radio.
Roadwork in Lake Worth, intersection of Federal Highway and 7th Ave is closed for construction. It's US 1 north and south between 7th Avenue South and 6th Avenue South. Use South H Street as your alternate. Expressways look good. We're up to speed on the Turnpike and 95. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
At FPL, we're working every day year-round for storm season. To get ready, visit fpl.com/storm for a storm guide and download the FPL mobile app for real-time updates. FPL, working for you every single day.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Has a loved one left you a classic car to sell? Introducing GMTVCC.com. Give me the Ben's new classic and collector car buying service. Whether it's a 1988 Fox Body Mustang or your granddad's 1985 square body Chevy truck, GMTVCC.com has got you covered. Their experienced pro buyers will appraise and offer real money for your classic or collector car, and you get paid now. No consignments, no auctions, just quick and easy cash. And they love resto mods. That's only at GMTVCC.com. Give me the Ben's new division for classic and collector cars.
Duffy's Sports Grill is your headquarters for all the summer soccer action. Enjoy ice-cold 2-for-1 drinks, 7 new exciting menu items, including sandwiches, sliders, and tacos. Don't forget about Duffy's fan favorites, including half-pound certified Angus beef burgers, fall-off-the-bone baby back ribs, fresh salads, and delicious pastas. With over 80 TVs at every location, you'll never miss a goal! Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more.
At Duffy's, our game is always on.
Yikes! It's like a sauna in here. Isn't your garage supposed to keep your car protected from the summer heat so it's nice when you get in? This is like a giant brick oven with your car parked right where the pizza should be. If the point of a garage is to keep your car clean and comfortable all year round, how do you expect this leaky old tinfoil door to stand up to all that heat? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Garage doors should be insulated. If you love the door you have, we can add custom insulation to your existing bare metal panels. And if you're not so in love with the door you've got, we'll help you find a gorgeous new door with internally insulated panels to keep your garage cool and clean all summer long. And warm and clean all winter. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it nice. Tell you what, we'll bring you a pizza.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Hi, my name's Tim Forehand. I'm a deputy sheriff, and my job keeping me in shape is important. I've tried other products to get my weight down, but nothing has worked like Andrew 400. In just 3 months, I've dropped 51 pounds, down from 230 to 179. Plus, the weight's come off in the stomach area. I've gone from a snug 36-inch waist to a 32-inch waist, which I was in high school. I highly recommend the Andrew 400 to all my friends.
Guys, are you frustrated because no matter how hard you try, it seems impossible to lose stubborn belly fat? Then discover why thousands of men each month rely on Andro 400. Lose belly fat, gain energy and confidence, and feel great about yourself. Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes. we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I don't like onions. I'm doing paleo. Do they have gluten-free bagels? You can't juggle every food request for a work event, or can you? EasyCater is the all-in-one tech platform that makes it easy to get restaurant catering for work, with options for any group's size, taste, dietary preference, or budget. EasyCater saves your favorite restaurants and orders, which makes reordering a snap. Need to modify an order? No problem. So when it comes to food for work, make it easy on yourself with EasyCater. Start your order at easycater.com.
Celebrate July 4th with the hottest deals at Lowe's. Bring some color to your garden. Get 2 select 2 or 2.5 quart red, white, and blue annuals for $10. In-store only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Actual plant size and selection varies by location while supplies last.
Car accident? Visit smithball.com to learn more about our past huge results and how we can help.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We have another scorcher ahead of us. Heat index values topping out in the triple digits. We're looking at 110, 115 degrees for those heat indices this afternoon. A slight chance of showers, but those are mostly going to be contained inland, especially with the interaction of the west coast sea breeze.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Want to save up to 50% on new blinds and shades? Blindstar offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters at prices way less than big box retailers. And right now, save up to 50% off any order during Blindstar's July 4th sale. Hurry, sale ends July 8th. Blindster.com.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're back in The Penthouse on a Monday. Hope you had a nice weekend. Wimbledon continues on this week and next week. We'll talk about that later in the program. Franny is out today. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And it is time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek Trifecta.
All right, Dan Hurley is the coach of UConn, and he got a new contract, 6 years, $50 million. UConn stepping up. The Lakers wanted him, and he refused. And this guy has won back-to-back titles. He's going for a three-peat. But Dan Hurley led to Huskies back-to-back national championships, turned down the Lakers, and it now looks like the University of UConn, the Huskies, are giving him some serious cash, $50 million for 6 years. So he's going to be there for the next 6 years, and he's going to get paid quite handsomely, and he should. He's one of the best college coaches in USA. Speaking of USA, the men's basketball team got together yesterday for their first official practice, and that was in Vegas. Every year they practice there. Many stories years ago when Kobe was on the Olympics where the players would go out every night, and Kobe would never go out and be in the gym when they got home. 5 o'clock in the morning, Kobe would be at the gym. And then eventually, all the players start going to the gym too. There's another stacked team with LeBron being on there. Kawhi is on there. Bam is on there. Steph Curry's on there. they're stacked. They definitely are stacked. So hopefully you can win the gold medal. We are 4-1, I believe, last time I saw it. Haven't seen it yet on the Hard Rock app. When we do, we will check it out and tell you about it. But I seen 4-1. Marlins won yesterday, 7-4. A walk-off 3-run homer. Walk-off 3-run homer by the Marlins. So hats off to them. Great job by the Marlins getting a W. Almost at halfway. The 16th is next Tuesday, and that will be the baseball all-star game. That'll be going on. And that is your Greeks trifecta. Peace.
47142 is the text line. It's wide open, and I got a couple of them to read here. One of them is one person wrote in and says, I was watching Kevin Costner's Dances with Wolves over the weekend, and it occurred to me that if Greek had a tribal name, it would probably translate to lap dances with strippers.
Nice.
You're not wrong. Let's see. How about this one? Ask Greek how much it'll cost for him to come to my wedding.
Where's it at? Is it local? Nothing.
And that was obviously a story that Greek brought up earlier about Justin Bieber was hired for $10 million to do a pre-wedding party over in the, what was it, Saudi Arabia, something like that?
Yeah, someplace over there. It was like some billionaire gave him $10 million, and he sang a bunch of songs, and it was funny. You're the one who mentioned it, and I did get a couple text messages that he canceled his concert earlier.
It's what I thought. It was like just a small little side note that he had canceled some shows.
But now he's okay.
Due to an illness or an injury or something. I also was talking about a story earlier about a woman that decided to write her Instagram handle on golf balls and throw them out onto the course so guys could see it, and it said right on there very simply that looking for a husband, and with her Instagram handle. And we got this one in. It says, I wonder whose balls Julie likes better, Callaway or TaylorMade. I didn't notice that, but I don't know. She looked like a Titleist girl myself, from what I could tell. And finally, this one, I says, I use the old tried and true method for meeting women. I take my shopping cart to a local grocery store and I ram it into their shopping cart and just hope that they don't have eggs in there. And that is 47142, the text line. It's wide open. Just start off that text with Real Radio. We'll read them on the air.
That is pretty funny. I take my carriage and smash it in my
that's an old tried and true method of meeting a young lady at the grocery store. That's another place. I mean, we've joked about it over the years, but a lot of people there. I mean, great meeting place. It's a nice casual atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, again, it seems innocent enough if you bump into somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just having a quick wit. Because you don't have much time, you know what I mean, to strike up a conversation.
Well, the thing is that, it depends on how you want to approach it, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to go into the whole idea of it, where you can get a basket and you put a couple of things in your basket that are conversation starters, you know? And you can kind of make a little joke about something there or, and kind of start off on the right foot that way. Humor always wins.
Yes.
It always wins.
Yeah, people like to laugh. And also they want to, you don't know somebody. It's always a weird situation.
And it was funny. I was reading that text about the golf balls. And of course, this gal and everything in the story. You know, an episode of Seinfeld I watched where Jerry tells another woman that George was a marine biologist.
Oh, yeah,
and it's the one where Kramer's hitting golf balls into the ocean. And of course, the finality of the show is where I looked into the eyes of the beast. I reached down into the blowhole and he pulls out the golf ball and hole in one.
And wasn't there a whale on the beach and they were like, is there a marine biologist?
Yep. And that's how he got there. And, of course, it went into the story of him telling about it at the table. But it's the old hole in one.
Friday night, speaking of Seinfeld, there was George Costanza's The Bottleheads.
Got a bobblehead, right?
Bobblehead,
at New York Stadium?
Yeah.
Yankee Stadium?
Yeah, first 18,000 people. And then they were selling them on eBay for $200.
No crap.
George Costanza, because he had that long-running thing with the Steinbrenner and the Yankees. Special guests were on there. Jeter was on there. Bernie Williams. He did it for a while. He was like the traveling secretary for the Yankees. That was so funny, that job.
I've been, as I mentioned there with that story, I've been rewatching the episodes, but I'm not up to where he's been hired by the Yankees yet. But those are some great episodes.
Oh, my God. And that's, what you call it, Who plays Steinbrenner? Larry David.
It's Larry David's voice.
Yeah, but it's just hilarious. And like he's trying to give them tips on hitting and stuff like that. Then he came out, remember those uniforms that were like so freaking hot
Yeah.
and itchy?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yep. That's another plot line that'll be coming up.
When I heard that, I said, oh my God, it shows them off the year 20 years, and they're doing them, and unbelievable.
And, the thing about it is it really does stand, that show stands the test of time, other than some of the jokes that with outdated technology, like I've mentioned, where it's all about like having a phone line in the house, the air conditioner one where it falls out the window, the answering machine, stuff like that. But I mean, outside of the technology of it, it's still, the humor holds up excellent. I mean, it's really still good.
Great chemistry.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do we have somebody to hold?
We do. We got Mike checking in with the Penthouse. Hey, Mike, what's going on, buddy?
Mike,
welcome to the show. What's going on, pal?
How you guys doing today?
Excellent.
Mike.
I just wanted to chime in. A good place to meet women is at churches.
Where?
Churches.
Okay.
Church's Chicken.
Okay. All right. Good place. Yeah. I get that. Again, wherever the odds are good, there's a good place to go and just hang out. You never know where it is. Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts. Starbucks is a little easier than Dunkin' Donuts because Dunkin' Donuts people, it seems to me, are more in and out.
Yeah.
Starbucks, it seems like people sit for a while.
Sure.
A lot of times the way they have them now, they just did a lot of Starbucks over. They're very like, the areas are, you're right on top of somebody, like bench seating. So you're sitting almost right next to somebody. And if somebody's there, I mean, you're 2 feet away. You know what I mean? But that's a place, too.
You're waiting for orders more. It feels at Starbucks, right? But I don't know. I guess you can at Dunkin' as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's having the stones. And like you said, something funny. Like even the guy said he takes his carriage and he bumps into something. I don't know if that works. I mean, stuff that people have done.
That's tried and true. That's a tried and true one.
Maybe you try to throw something in your carriage and you miss and you hit her. Sorry.
Those are great practical jokes, too, right?
Yeah.
Put like preparation H in somebody's basket as you're walking by.
Hey, here you go. I thought this might help you out.
Yeah.
877-927-6969. Where is an unusual place that you met somebody, it worked out? Let us know. Elevator in my building, I've seen it 2 or 3 times. People strike up a conversation. And it's usually about something, a dog, all the time. Somebody will say like, oh, that's a beautiful dog, or what kind of dog is that? And then they start talking, and, and next thing you know, they're walking outside the elevator in their conversation, everything like that. I mean, everybody loves a compliment. If you compliment their animal, I'm sure they like it too.
Sure.
But yeah, those are things that, you can go out there. But yeah, very unique story with the woman with the Instagram. And I'm sure, maybe some people say, why I'm put it out there. But I got a couple text messages that agree with you that said, hey, Jimmy's right. It's this Instagram. You can block it if you don't like what's said.
If it's a problem, I mean, and it will be, because there's always going to be, people out there that'll look at that and play a practical joke or something along those lines. But, it just, it's not like you're putting your phone number out or a physical address of where you live type thing.
Yeah, the number's different. You're giving out your number, then you gotta, you
can't just turn that off.
No. And then you don't want to change your number, and there are going to be people who, you know what, you're going to get responses from.
That's why I was surprised we talked about that one where I'm sure he got a lot of prank calls too. If I remember the article right, he did. But the dude with the billboard you had mentioned about earlier.
There was a couple times.
And there was just the one that I'm thinking of, because I was surprised when I remember reading that story and even seeing the billboard, because it was part of the news article where it showed his phone number. And I thought, man, that dude, that's got to be a pain in the neck. His phone's constantly ringing type thing.
I knew a girl, just thinking of a different story. She used to get involved in, go to the Palm Beach Kennel Club in the Hard Rock and get involved in blackjack tournaments. And because there was tons of guys. She always said there was a good segue to meet somebody. She played very loosely, but she was like, I went down there and I signed up. Started talking to people. But, it's, like I said, it's you as an individual, really. Especially in situations where you got a split second, where you got to be like, all right, what are we going to do? Wimbledon's going on next 2 weeks. It is the Super Bowl of tennis. And this year, the man and woman both get the same grand prize, $2.7 million. That is first place. People love betting on Wimbledon. Believe me, in England, it is crazy there. And sports betting is legal there. It always has been for years and years. You can just walk into like a supermarket and lay down some money. And that is pretty just a really cool thing. I've had friends that have gone over there over the years, and that's the first thing they talked about. Now, Florida, obviously, we have the Hard Rock app, and it's a lot different, and it's legal. So you can bet, at the casino, or you can bet on the app.
Yeah.
One of the two ways.
Right there, I'm looking at a couple of matches right there for them. They have the men's and women's here in separate categories, but yeah, you can bet on Wimbledon. And I've been looking again, keeping an eye on for the Olympics, like you had mentioned. And again, the only thing on there is handball for women's handball.
I don't know if they're going to have it. To be honest with you, they might not. It might be just offshore where they let you have the opportunity to bet on it. I'm not sure. If not, I would bet the U.S. men's team.
It'll come. I think it'll be there.
Yeah,
eventually.
maybe.
Yeah, give it time. When it gets closer to kickoff for the events and everything, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it's on there. Because, like I said, I mean, even though it kind of seems silly, we're looking to see what the previous about a week before the 4th of July with Nathan's hot dog contest, and it wasn't there, and then a buddy of mine sent a screenshot saying it was there, and it ended up what the dude won. He had 58 hot dogs or something like that he took down. But it did eventually go up on the Hard Rock app where you could wager on it.
Oh, cool.
One thing that I was surprised at when we did see it was they didn't have like an over-under.
Okay.
On how many hot dogs. I thought they might, as a prop bet, a side prop bet, I thought they might have that, but it didn't look like it was on there. But they at least had it to where it was, who you could pick who was the winner.
They had it every year with Joey Chestnut, but because I such a household name, 15 years.
Yeah.
I remember, what was last year, 62 or something like that. But yeah, it was different. The open ceremonies is July 26th for the Olympics.
So, in a couple weeks, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we start seeing some bets come up on the Hard Rock app where you can wager on those games. I don't see how they don't do that.
Our good buddy Buddha, his daughter is going to the Olympics. So that'd be very interesting.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, very cool.
I mean, to participate or just to go?
Just as a fan.
As a spectator, huh?
Yeah, very cool.
Wow.
I'm sure that'd be cool. And you're going to Paris. I mean, you can't beat that.
Well,
Summertime, that's fantastic.
I don't know. After their elections yesterday, I may not want to go to France.
Maybe not. Maybe stay home in Boca.
Or take a security team with you, one or the other.
Maybe one or the other. I mean, you can work it out.
I mean, you can go.
And that's not a cheap ticket. I mean, I know she does have tickets also for the men's basketball team.
So I wonder how that works. That's kind of interesting. I never really thought much about it. Like, as a spectator, like buying tickets to go to it. I mean, I know what happened. I just didn't really, I don't think about it like I do like a Heat game.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's the same thing as any other sporting event.
Sure.
You got to go online, buy the tickets.
Yeah. Huh.
I know she has tickets and is very excited to get out there and enjoy it. And Paris is beautiful.
They have like a package deal where you can get, a couple of different sports that you can watch,
I'm sure they have something like that, maybe, like anything else. I'm sure they have something where you can watch the basketball, baseball. They have surfing this year, first time, different things like that. And they're going to be at different stadiums and different sites. But it's, I think it's great. I mean, to go out to the Olympics and see it, and you're in Paris, that's a cool thing all around. And you're getting to see Team USA, which is always a good thing. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Now, remember, it is back. $1,000. Your chance to win $1,000 13 times a day. Who doesn't want to put $1,000 in your pocket? Last time we did great. The audience got an A plus, because we had 3 winners, and our boss was excited. So we want to get 3 winners again. And last time we started hot as a firecracker.
Yeah, it was like day 2.
Yeah.
I think we had our first winner.
And I think we had 2 the first week.
Yep.
So get involved and get out there and try to get the keyword and try to make it happen. $1,000 on iHeart. Who doesn't want that? 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you want to get involved in the program. Where'd you see 4th of July? And did you have a tough time coming back to work if you took off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe Wednesday? Was it a little tough for you today when you got out of the sack and said, oh, man, I got to go to work today? It is the Penthouse. We'll come back with some Florida stories and a lot more on the Penthouse on a Monday on Real Radio. Peace.
Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Go on, tell it. Show that damn thing who's boss.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe it.
Woo!
Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
It's a grand in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Our Monday drive up to speed along the Palm Beaches. No significant delays or incidents if you're traveling 95 or the Turnpike. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Hey, it's the Greek, Monroe's of Palm Beach. Wizards and Wands, huge event, 500 cash prizes for the best costume, plus prize raffles all night long. Monroe's of Palm Beach, open till 5 a.m. It's Saturday, July 13th, Wizards and Wands. It's a big event. Stop by. You'll see a beautiful lady, enjoy a great night, and open till 5 a.m. It's Wizards and Wands with 500 cash on the line. Monroe's is open 7 days a week, and they're open at 5 a.m. with beautiful ladies all the time. The magic is there every night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Florida homeowners know hurricanes are a fact of life. Storm Smart will keep you protected with shutters, impact windows, and storm catcher screens because smart is complete protection. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
High five. Up top. Heck yeah!
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years!
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security.
Security win.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep. Dave's feeling it, but it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping. Woo!
Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, over 3 million people called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And with over 1 million of those calls coming from previous clients, friends, and family.
My name is Jeannie. I was sitting in traffic and I was hit twice from behind by 2 different cars. My first thought was Morgan & Morgan. I was very surprised at how easy it was. I did not have to go into the office. I did everything by text. They needed documents, I could sign them, I could upload them, I could send them right back with ease. Call Morgan & Morgan. It's easier than you think.
Thank you for trusting us. We've become the largest injury firm in the world because we've won a lot. The word is out. Size matters. Reputation matters. We're America's largest injury law firm for a reason. With over 900 dedicated attorneys and climbing, we're ready wherever you are, whatever you need. The choice is easy. We're just a phone call away. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit ConsumerCellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Real Radio weather.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We have another scorcher ahead of us. Heat index values topping out in the triple digits. We're looking at 110, 115 degrees for those heat indices this afternoon. A slight chance of showers, but those are mostly going to be contained inland, especially with the interaction of the west coast sea breeze.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey DQ fans, behold the DQ freezer. Not just an ordinary freezer, but an extraordinary freezer, holding all of the DQ Blizzard treat flavors of the past. Now it's opening its doors for the salted caramel truffle Blizzard treat, only at participating DQ locations.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword check at realradio921.com. That's check. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. Brady's going to give us a call, our good buddy, and he's going to talk about Vegas. He was just out there performing about 1:35. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good afternoon.
Franny's out today. Will be back with us tomorrow, but it's time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, this is very lucky it did not end any worse than it did. A suspect is in custody after a chase that reached triple-digit speeds on I-95 and required law enforcement to perform not one, but 2 pit maneuvers to get this guy off the road. And like I said, it's very fortunate nobody got hurt, including law enforcement officers. Lance Evans is currently at the St. Lucie County Jail and booked on counts of fleeing to elude police, resisting officers, moving traffic violations, a DUI, assault on a firefighter, and possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. It all started up in the Indian River County area. He was driving, about 10:30 at night, doing about, he's 95 in a 70. So they clocked him. A trooper turned around to go chase him down. And when that happened, he sped up to reach speeds of about 115 miles per hour, according to FHP, who was chasing him. Got off at the Indrio Road exit up there in Vero. And at that point, the report says the trooper attempted a pit maneuver there, which he was able to get the car to stop, but he was, unfortunately, he was able to get back onto I-95. And again, he's back up doing over 100 miles an hour. Evans exited when he reached Fort Pierce's Okeechobee Road exit and headed east, running multiple traffic lights. And then the pursuit ended briefly when he ran into and crashed into another car. Deputies from the sheriff's office arrived on the scene to render aid and help with taking the suspect into custody. However, instead of surrendering, Evans is accused of trying to drive his car into law enforcement vehicles, and then he took out a gun and started firing at the officers.
Terrible.
That reportedly didn't stop Evans. He continued to flee, causing deputies to do another pit maneuver. This time they were finally able to get the car to come to a stop. And, of course, he jumped out, bailed, and ran on foot, and they were able to catch him and arrest him. So, fortunately, he is in custody, and, he's going to have a bunch of charges there. So, hopefully, he's locked up for quite a while. Down in your neck of the woods there, Greek, chaos erupted at the town center at Boca Raton after police say juvenile set off fireworks inside the mall. As of now, no arrests have been made. Investigators say just after 5 p.m., hundreds of 911 calls came in. Many callers said that they heard gunshots. Some other callers said that they heard the fireworks, and that's what it ended up being, as fireworks, not gunshots, thank goodness. Boca Raton Police Department leaders say officers already at the mall responded very quickly, and the loud noises were caused by a group of kids setting off those firecrackers near the main entrance of the mall. While mall security and Boca Raton police say no lockdown was ordered, police officers did tell 911 callers, people that were calling the dispatchers there to just shelter, just stay in place. And the police are there, and they'll take care of it. They don't know who the kids are, but I have to imagine that there's surveillance video that they can look over and hopefully find out who those kids were.
Don't catch them.
And take care of that situation. And we're going to finish up here with a Florida man that's been arrested after he shot at a deputy, then set his house on fire following a 4-hour standoff with authorities, which started over a pack of smokes. An employee of a Wawa convenience store in Deltona called the Volusia Sheriff's Office to report that a theft of some cigarettes had happened. When deputies arrived at the gas station where the man was at, he was suspected of carrying a knife. The suspect drove away. Of course, a brief chase ensued, and they even tried to deflate the guy's tires, which was, fortunately, that was successful, but he kept going, and he was able to shoot at the officers. A 25-year-old deputy grazed his face, too. Fortunately, he didn't get hurt.
Thank God.
Imagine how close that was, huh?
Yeah.
The suspect has been identified as Dempsey Hadley, and as he exited his car, he set it on fire. He was at his house now at that point, which was very close to his house. He goes inside, he runs upstairs, and he was going back and forth, trying to come up with a game plan of what he would do. And unfortunately, at that time, the car that was on fire set the house on fire. He refused to come out, but eventually he had to. The flames just got too bad. His family was also present at the house when the police were, when they were there and everything. His 21-year-old son even spoke with authorities and said, "I don't know what's been going on. He has just been really erratic the past 6 months." So they were able to get him into custody. Burn his house down, though.
Terrible.
His car, his house, over, a carton of cigarettes or a pack of cigarettes or whatever it was. Just stealing for that, So my guess is he's probably on drugs and, like I said, was it about 6 months? The son said that he's been acting very, very weird the past time. So who knows? But
obviously,
they got him in custody, and fortunately, no one else was hurt, which is kind of surprising. You see somebody like that with a gun, and that's not a good combination. But there you go. There is your What the Florida stories for today. What the Florida? What's going on?
Florida, you guys always bring us a lot. 1:35. Brady Matthews is going to call in. Our good friend, my good buddy from Vegas. He just got back from Vegas. Speaking of Vegas yesterday, they broke a record 120 yesterday. 120. We got to talk to Teddy Covers on that. My God. And I know it's dry heat before everybody says it, but 120? Wow. That is scorching. I can only imagine. We'll ask him how Vegas was and how his show was. Social media, when you're posting things there all the time, and some people, everything they do to go out to dinner, they take pictures and they do different things in their nighttime and all hours of night, it can hurt you, especially if you call in sick the next day or do something. Where are situations where maybe you put something on social media, didn't realize it, and it came back to haunt you? It could. In your personal life, there could always be things. You might tell somebody like, "Hey, I stayed home this weekend," and they find out you were out and about. You're like, "What the hell's going on?" That's an interesting one. But let us know where social media has hurt you at your job. And maybe you didn't even realize it hurt you. Your boss sees something, or a coworker, or maybe you're asking for time off, and then they find out that you're, doing different things. So always be careful when you're posting stuff. Some people, every single thing. And would you want to date somebody that was always doing that? A lot of people say no. My opinion, no, I would not like it. Ben Affleck talked about that. J-Lo, everything is all the time out there and people get involved. And maybe you just don't want people to know your business. And when you're dating, there's a lot of different things. I know, Jimmy, you had another round of ditch or dash with dating, and that was a unique one we did last week. And those were some interesting ones that you had.
Well, and the idea behind date or ditch is just like getting a quick answer to some of these things, because like everything you could look into and go, well, yeah, but what about this or what about that?
Yeah.
You might have questions, but the idea is like, what's your initial instinct between these two? Like this one, this guy, he says he never wants to, or she says he never wants to discuss our future together. Should I keep dating him or move on? Now, of course, you could ask a bunch of questions, try to get a better answer, but the idea behind this is just a rapid fire. What do you think? What's your gut reaction? He never wants to discuss our future together. Should I keep dating him or move on? I would say ditch that person.
I agree. But again, based on what you just said, you got to make a quick reaction.
That's all. It's just a quick, gut reaction. What do you think?
Yep.
She spends excessively and it puts us in debt. Should I keep dating her or break up?
If you don't have the money, you better break up.
You break up or get her hooking or something. Make some extra cash.
Get her hooking. That was Jimmy for the playback.
He always makes jokes at my expense, and it hurts my feelings. Should I keep dating him or leave? Why would you even want to stay?
Leave. If it's hurting you and you've told the person, you can't.
Yep. She never initiates physical affection. Should I stay with her or break up? I'd just go find a side piece. What do you think, Greek?
Oh, man, that's...
That was Jimmy for the playback.
That was
JIMMY at iHeartMedia.com.
I mean, like, it's like a strawberry shortcake. Do I really need to add another strawberry after that? It's perfect.
She never initiates physical affection. Should I stay or should I break up? My initial gut is to break up. I mean, if you're physical, if you're young, right? And the physical part is already gone.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big part of a relationship. If there's no physical there, then you know what? You separate.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. He doesn't support my hobbies or interests. Should I keep dating him or move on? It doesn't sound like you're too compatible. I'd probably ditch.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. She has a bad relationship with her ex, and it causes drama. Should I keep dating her or end it? I might give that a chance.
Yeah. I don't know. The ex, then he's always involved. Again, it's just, I'm going to go, like you said, snap.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're looking for. He refuses to go to therapy even though he clearly needs it. Should I keep dating him or leave? I don't know what kind of therapy that is. That'd be a tough one. So, you know what? I'm going to leave that one alone. What do you think? You got a take on it?
I agree with you because you don't know.
Yeah. These are date or ditch scenarios. She always wants to keep our relationship a secret. Should I keep dating her or break up?
Break up.
Break up, because there's a reason why she's hiding it.
Yeah, anytime somebody's hiding something, for whatever reason they give you, it's not a good reason.
More than likely, yep.
And it's something, there's a reason why everybody does what they do. I mean, my dad raised us on it. It could be the littlest thing, but there is a reason why they're not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not telling you the reason why, I mean, when you find out, sometimes it's okay. But if they're keeping you a secret, it sucks.
Yep. Everything, whether it's a relationship, things about the relationship, any secrets that are out there, yep, it is more than likely a negative thing.
First of all, you don't feel fulfilled. The second thing, you feel like, man, if I'm a secret, what's that? Then I feel like I'm, you know what I mean? I'm being played.
How about this one? He doesn't believe in celebrating holidays. Should I stay with him or find someone who does?
If you like gifts, you better get rid of them.
Celebrating holidays. I don't know about that one. I think I might, if that's the only factor that's a problem, I might try to work that one out.
Mm-hmm. Is your birthday considered a holiday?
Not in my book, it's not, but.
Okay. Yeah, then I would stay, like you said.
Mm. She has a different love language, and it feels like we're not connecting. Should I keep dating her or move on?
Move on.
Yeah, it's move on too. Yeah. If you're not, on the same path, I don't see how that works out. These are date or ditch scenarios, just quick ones. He has a substance abuse problem and refuses to get help. Should I keep dating him or break up? I think that's a no-brainer there, right?
Got to go.
Yeah, you got to go.
It's not going to get better.
I mean, unless the only other thing I would say is if you can help him.
Sure.
That's the one thing, but it says
he doesn't want to get help.
He refuses to get help, so that's what answers it for me there.
And it sounds like maybe she already tried.
Mm-hmm. How about this one? We're just very similar to some of these other ones we've been talking about. She talks about her ex all the time.
Ditch.
Should I keep dating her or move on?
Ditch.
Move on, for sure. He refuses to compromise on anything. Should I stay or leave him?
Ditch.
Leave. You've got to have a compromise in a relationship. Every relationship needs compromise. And you feel the same, Greek?
100%.
Yep.
I said ditch. You can't. There's not a relationship. You could have at work, friends, business, or dating, or married. You have to compromise. You can't always get what you want. I mean, it's not 90-10 because that's not a relationship.
Right. Yep. She never wants to resolve conflicts and just avoids them. Should I stay with her or break up?
Go.
My initial reaction is that might be savable because that's just, what is a conflict?
Well, I mean, it depends what you think. If it's anything, then you get resentment when you don't solve things because a lot of times you just say it's okay, but inside it's eating you, and then that's not good for the relationship either.
Yeah. He doesn't like my friends and always makes excuses not to see them. Should I keep dating him or leave?
That's tough.
Yeah, that one's a little tougher. I don't have a initial gut reaction on that.
Because he's not dating your friends, and how much do we know? How many times you're around your friends?
Yeah.
I really wouldn't care.
Yeah, that one might be a little bit tougher for me. She's always negative and brings me down. Should I keep dating her or find someone more positive? Definitely get rid of that.
Dump her.
Oh, that's a tough one.
You need assets in lives, not liabilities.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I got a few more here. These are date or ditch quick scenarios. What's your gut reaction? He has a different sense of humor, and we rarely laugh together. Should I stay with him or move on?
Laughing's important.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't be yourself with somebody, I would leave.
Yep, I would leave too.
Because if you're joking all the time and they're like, what are you doing? Or they're taking it serious, it sucks.
Here's a good one for us, Greek. She wants an open relationship, and I don't. Should I keep dating her or break up?
You got to break up.
Oh, no. Hey, you keep going. Get into that open stuff. Come on. Give it a shot, bud.
He doesn't want it. Oh, you're crazy. What are you doing tonight? I got a date at 6. I'll see you at 8. I'll be there at 10.
I'm banging Joe. You want to come?
Yeah. You can hold the camera.
He doesn't show any interest in meeting my family. Should I keep dating him or leave?
Leave.
Leave. You got to. Family's too important.
Well, not that. It's just an indication that he doesn't want a future.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, anytime somebody says something, like about 3 months ago, my buddy had a wedding, and just a quick story of it, and the girl he was dating, she had the wedding, and, he thought he was going to go, and she goes, no, I didn't get a +1, whatever. She broke up, and like a month later, and he found out she could have brought somebody. She just wasn't taking him serious.
Oh, okay.
And she didn't want him to meet people.
Right.
Because when you meet the family and relatives, supposedly it's somebody that's you're thinking serious of.
Mm-hmm. A little bit more than a casual date.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Got a couple more here. He has a very close female friend that makes me uncomfortable. Should I trust him or break up? I would trust him, unless he gives you any other indication and reason not to.
I mean, again, when you meet somebody and they have friends with the opposite sex, I think if they're banging them, you would know, and they wouldn't be a friend. You know what I mean? And if you're dating somebody and there's no red flags or no shenanigans, then I don't see anything wrong with it.
I mean, this particular person in that case saying, well, it does make me feel uncomfortable, but I don't know. Give us some time, and unless he gives you another reason to, I wouldn't necessarily throw that relationship out.
And
Just,
if you go
just
out with
based
them,
on that.
Yeah, and if you go out with them, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're dating somebody and you got a friend, you're like, hey, I want you to come out, the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
Or, she brings, say, a guy, then I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yep.
You're friends.
We'll finish up on this one. It's kind of a strange one, but maybe it's too much for you. She sings karaoke at home every night, but she's tone deaf. Should I stay with her or break up?
Is she hot? Is she naked?
Definitely would say that's one you can overlook. And, as long as everything else is going good, I wouldn't break up just simply over that.
Yeah, there are some. I like these where you got to decide real quick, keep them or leave them. And those are scenarios where you don't know the story, so you can't get deep into it and start putting different scenarios. Jimmy came up with this last week. It is pretty unique, and there are a lot of different things. And it can be the simplest thing. Like somebody could be like, she puts honey on steak. Should I break up with her or should I leave her?
Well, how about this? This is sort of along the same lines. I have a couple of am I the a-hole situation. And these are always fun because it's a little bit, it's sort of like what we just went over, but at least there's a little bit more information that you got to go by and you can come up with a better solution in some of these cases. So how about this one? With no discussion, my husband decided to retire 2 years ago.
Okay.
He said he would just take Social Security and we'd be fine. He failed to consider that he was underage for Medicare and all his dental and medical bills would become my responsibility since I'm still working. Luckily, I convinced him to leave Social Security alone and roll his 401k into an IRA. There have been bumps. He spent several months sitting all day long, unless I asked him to do something specific. I finally put my foot down, and he's now responsible for evening meals, cleanup, and laundry. So helping out around the house a little bit, right? Doing something. Unfortunately, he does a little beyond that. Most of our current conversations begin with, I watched a video today, ... type thing.
There's not going on.
Mm-hmm. I've been working since I was 13, and I'm tired of working too. I find myself angry and jealous of my husband's laziness.
Yep.
I've started eating and drinking more than I used to, and we have no sex life.
Oh, this is great.
I have no energy to garden, go out after work, or do anything on the weekends. Am I the a-hole for being upset with him? I'll leave that open with you.
I think there's a lot of things there that would make somebody upset. And I think the thing about you're a couple and you just retire unannounced, that's not great.
Yeah, isn't that weird? That's a weird scenario. I couldn't imagine
that in the morning, like you just say, hey, you're not going to work today? I'm retired.
I retired.
What do you mean you retired? I would think as a couple you discuss that.
Yeah.
That's a huge decision.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't think she's the a-hole. I'm sorry. That alone, let alone. And the other thing, too, is if somebody's, like you said, sitting on the couch eating bonbons all day, you come home and you work, after a while, that gets you pissed off.
Yeah. Well, and she states that.
Yeah, and especially if you're not banging a person.
Yeah, she states that right there that, I'm even a little bit jealous. I don't want to have to work every single day either.
Yeah.
But
that's not a good scenario.
No, I'm gonna go with Greek on now, and that is not a situation where you're the a-hole in that. Now the question is, what do you do about it? Because obviously she's already talked with him. She's tried to work this out a little bit. I don't know what's the next step.
It's going to be difficult because again, it looks like that physical connection's gone, and then if there's down the road, if there's going to be money issues, those are two bad recipes. Those are the two biggest things why every relationship, they say, breaks up. Money and sex. Mm-hmm. So if there's money issues and you're not banging them, because if you're banging a person, you're a little bit more cool. And you're like, all right, I'm getting a piece of ass. I don't mind paying. But if I ain't paying, if I'm not getting, any 5-letter, why am I paying?
Sounds like she's more upset about the fact that, the jealousy side, and I think she wants to retire too. So maybe that's what you do.
And
retire.
And he says to her, you better not quit. I'm smoking a cigar today. I like that one. I saw this video today.
Yeah.
How was your day?
I saw a video today.
Yeah. No, that's not good.
No, I think both of us would agree in that situation. You're not an a-hole for being upset, but the question is, how do you handle that from that point on? And to me, the only thing you do is continue to try to discuss it with him and work it out. Because,
if you could.
Yeah, if it's possible. I got one other scenario here. Am I the a-hole? And we'll read this one out here. I have been to several this is right up your alley, Greek.
Oh, God.
I've been to several baseball games and wrestling events where people paid for lower-priced seats but then sat in the more expensive seats.
Mm-hmm.
I know I shouldn't let it bother me. However, I feel it's unfair. I want to say something to the staff, but I don't want to be that person who causes trouble. When my boyfriend and I buy the cheaper seats, that's where we sit. It's the right thing to do. Am I the a-hole for being upset about this? So I'm sure you've seen this plenty of times being to enough sporting events.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it plenty of times. I've even been the person where, we didn't go to super front row, but we might have moved up to a little, just to have a little better view, but not necessarily equal to what she's talking about. But people are buying 400 level and going down to the 100 level, right?
Yeah, I think it sucks. Yeah. No doubt about it. I wouldn't be cool with it.
But do you say something?
Nah, I wouldn't say anything because they're going to say something. The difference with the three sports, the majors, is In football and basketball, there's usually a lot of empty seats. There's just not.
Right.
Baseball, there is.
Right.
There just
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
So you got to have that. So you're at a football game. Say you're at the Dolphins-Jets. There's not a lot of good seats empty. You know what I mean? So it doesn't happen as much, but I don't think it's cool because then again, you feel like you got screwed. I spent X. You should sit where you got a seat.
Mm-hmm.
You're not privileged and you're not above everybody else. So what is it not a cool feeling? Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. But you wouldn't say anything.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't say anything to the staff, and I feel the same way because starting anything like that could lead to something confrontational. Can in today's day and age. I mean, I understand it sounds like you're kind of being a pussy about it, but the whole idea is today. I mean, somebody will go nuts on you, pull out a gun, or who knows what could happen if something was to something like that. If they really take it the wrong way. I wouldn't do anything only because of that. You don't know what kind of violent person they are and what they could turn out to be. Otherwise, I get the point though.
Yeah, it sucks. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you how many times I go to my seats over the years and somebody's in my seat and they get pissed.
Yeah.
They get pissed. They're in my seat. I'm like, you got to call the usher over. He looks at your tickets. They know it's not their seat. Yeah. They know. And they look and they try to find their ticket. You bring an usher over and then he finally goes, all right, you get out. But they get pissed. So it's not cool, no, but it's really about how you're raised and what you do. You get a seat. You look on a ticket. That's where you sit, just like a plane.
Mm-hmm.
No different. I mean, everybody would like to sit up front on a plane. You get off right away or first class, whatever, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
But I think a plane people would say something more. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like if you saw somebody jump up front, you might be like, ooh, what the hell's going on here? Especially first class.
And if you're going to go from like business class to first class, I mean, even they're going to say something.
Yeah, they'll catch you.
Yeah, more likely.
But again, I wouldn't say anything because again, you don't really know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it pisses you off. Yeah. Because
15 yeers ago, 20 years ago, I might say something, but now I'm just too afraid of what these people would do.
Yeah, I mean,
which kind of sucks.
Yeah, but like I said, it's one of those things that's really not your business, but it does suck because you spent that hard money. Yeah. And that's what you say. Because you feel like they're beating the wheel. And they are beating the wheel.
Well, they are. Yeah, sure.
It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We got Brady Matthews calling in. My good buddy just got back from Vegas. Funny guy, comedian. We'll find out how hot it was really in Vegas. It is Jimmy and the Greek on a Monday on the Penthouse. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
A man was detained by sheriff's officials and cited after he jumped into an elephant exhibit at the Milwaukee County Zoo, they said.
Do you think the elephants looked at each other and they're like, so are we going to talk about the person in the room?
The news junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Don't miss
Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, Hozier, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, Paramore, Shabuzi, The Black Crows, Thomas Rhett, Victoria Monet,
and more.
Get tickets to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, right now
at AXS.com.
That's AXS.com.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Bay. Show off your poolside, only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Traveling the expressways, we are up to speed along the Palm Beaches. No major delays on 95. Turnpike is accident-free. Make sure you slow down for bicycles on your ride today. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Why sit at a dealership waiting for an oil change? At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we make it easy to drive in, stay in your car, relax, and be back on the road in about 15 minutes. Always quick, never rushed. That's Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This July 26th through 28th, get ready for an event that will inspire and empower Christians across America. The Believers Summit is coming to West Palm Beach, Florida. This summit is more than just a gathering. It's a mission to stand courageously for truth, embracing a here I am spirit of readiness and obedience to God's call. Join an inspiring lineup of speakers including Charlie Kirk, Jansen Franklin, Ali Stuckey, Eric Metaxas, Sage Steele, and many more. Register now for 25% off using code WPBLOCAL at tpusafaith.com/believers.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, Head of Marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
2 guys, 5 rings.
Yes.
One essential podcast for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers host a new podcast that's all about the athletes.
You gotta get your head in the game. As Zac Efron once said.
And the culture.
Not French. Well, no association with the nation of France. But you did live in Montreal.
Of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to 2 Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app. Search 2 Guys, 5 Rings and start listening.
Yikes, it's like a sauna in here. Isn't your garage supposed to keep your car protected from the summer heat so it's nice when you get in? This is like a giant brick oven with your car parked right where the pizza should be. If the point of a garage is to keep your car clean and comfortable all year round, how do you expect this leaky old tinfoil door to stand up to all that heat? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Garage doors should be insulated. If you love the door you have, we can add custom insulation to your existing bare metal panels. And if you're not so in love with the door you've got, we'll help you find a gorgeous new door with internally insulated panels to keep your garage cool and clean all summer long. And warm and clean all winter. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it nice. Tell you what, we'll bring you a pizza.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Speeding through life at 90 miles an hour? Slow down with MMJ Health's Meltdown Madness. For $90, get your marijuana card and enjoy a smooth ride to relaxation. Cruise on and call 561-269-4137. Again, that's 561-269-4137.
News Junkie is sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Upgrade your hot rod or muscle car with parts from Summit Racing. And right now, shop SummitRacing.com and use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. SummitRacing.com. Exclusions apply. Offer ends July 21st, 2024.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We have another scorcher ahead of us. Heat index values topping out in the triple digits. We're looking at 110, 115 degrees for those heat indices this afternoon. A slight chance of showers, but those are mostly going to be contained to inland, especially with the interaction of the west coast sea breeze.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Celebrate July 4th with savings at Lowe's. Right now, make your garden pop for summer with savings on Miracle Grow 25 quart potting mix. Get 2 bags for just $16. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii while supplies last.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Drake's Trifecta is sponsored by the physicians at MMJ Health.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Franny, get well. We miss you.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. Thanks for always tuning in. Franny will be back with us in the Penthouse tomorrow. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And you guys could always get involved by calling us at 877-927-6969. I do believe we have our guest on, or he's on hold? We have somebody else?
No, not yet, or at least not that I know of. The first call is William. You want to take a phone call,
Sure.
or do you want to do trifecta?
No, we'll do William. It's fine.
All right, we have William on the line. William, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
What's up, William?
Just got back off my trip. I was the one that brought you the pizza.
Oh, okay. How was your trip, buddy?
It was great. I went to go visit some family over in Europe. So
wow,
it was grand. I went over to Germany. I went to Belgium, of course, and the south of France.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It was great. It was great. And it was like, again, great seeing that. I think Jimmy, you like history, right?
I love it.
Yeah, it was. Man, I saw it was called the Line of the French built this underground thing in a mountain. And it was just a small part of World War II. That it was just the work that they did to, of course, protect France during World War II, even though it got overrun by the Germans. But man, it was freaking awesome. I think you would freaking love it. The history of it.
I absolutely would. As a matter of fact, I did look into one time that there's a basically like a tour that you can do, and it's based around World War II, so it'll take you to different locations throughout Europe. And I tell you what, it's on the bucket list to do. And the other thing too is, I mean, even if you're just not focused on the World War II stuff, I mean, there's there's centuries of history over there in Europe, a lot more than we have here in the States. But it's incredible to see things like that. And boy, I could just spend days and days and days reading going to something like that.
Yeah, even like it was a bridge that was built back in the dawn of the century that helped support border going into Nice, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was just freaking awesome, and it's been around since the turn of the century, the AD, and it's still, the structure is still sound.
Yeah. Wow,
it's just gorgeous.
It is pretty wild.
Seen the people over there, they were jumping into the river off the cliff that was there. Man, it was freaking awesome, and the food was out of this world. And Greek pizza. You want to talk about pizza?
I can imagine.
Man, tell the guy the pizza was out of this world, and it was just good. So you guys doing good?
We're all doing good, buddy. Thanks for calling us up and filling us in your trip. It sounds like you had a fantastic time. Great to hear.
Yeah, do you enjoy the pizza?
Yeah, of course. It's great. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome, man. All right, man. I just again wanted to drive you today. I'm just, I still listen to you guys, and you guys hope you're doing good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the call.
William, thank you so much for taking some time out to tell us about that. And without further ado, we do have Greek's friend Brady on the line. Hey, Brady, what's going on, huh? How's Vegas?
Boys, how's it going?
It's going good, buddy. We're glad you're back and you're safe. I heard it was pretty hot out in Vegas.
Listen, Greek, it's only 120. It could be worse.
Give it time.
I mean that's insane. Why cook inside when you can just go outside?
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is just unbelievable. They said Sunday broke around 121.
Have you ever seen somebody do that? They'll actually take cookie dough and they'll put it on like their dashboard or something like that. And I mean, you can literally cook inside your car, like just something simple like that.
Listen, the best thing about being homeless in Vegas is you can literally cook eggs on the sidewalk.
That's true. That is a good thing.
All you got to do is get the eggs.
That's it. Well, they can't have everything.
You don't have to worry about anyone climbing in your backseat and strangling you at all at night. Because they would die. They would die.
This is true. Always looking for the positive. That's why I like you, Brady.
All the time. How are the strip clubs? Let's get to the main factor.
Yeah. Important stuff.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, Sapphires was on fire.
Nice.
But like I told you, Greek, we went to Palomino, and that's where all the sugar and spice and everything is nice, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I got that. You like that place. And how'd you perform?
I
You were on the pole?
He was working a couple nights.
I always got to make money.
Of course. How you pay for those trips?
Exactly. No, Vegas was awesome. We won a little bit of money. Playing a little roulette.
Oh, nice.
It's nothing like how you and I used to do it back in the day, where I would just watch you make hand over fist, and then I'd carry you back to the room, which is fine.
I love you. You kill me. Oh my God. I've been in Vegas a few times, like everybody in the summer, and it is so bad. It's like a blow dryer just hitting you in the face.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And people want to go down by the pool, and I just sit there inside, and I watch people at the pool, and I'm like, it's awful. I mean, I took my daughter to the pool. She's 3, and she walked out and just said no, and then walked back in.
Oh, yeah. It's too hot. I mean, and you can't imagine. And the thing with Vegas, you're in the desert. It doesn't cool down at night. At night, it's like 90-something.
No, you're sitting out there, and it's still hot. It's like you have your face on like a jet engine, and it's just hot.
Let me ask you. I want to ask you something about jokes and material. Like, if something happens and it's a little, how long do you wait before you hit a certain subject, or do you not care? Is everything fair game 3 minutes later?
What do you mean? Give me a little more context.
Say a scenario where, God forbid, somebody passed away, or somebody got caught cheating, or somebody did something illegal. Do you give it a little time, or do you jump right in?
No, you jump right in.
You're so brutal. I knew it.
You 100% jump right in. You know, you can say sorry for your loss, but then you can be like, but this guy's pretty good looking.
Yeah.
Right? That's crowd work. You know what I mean? On to the next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it is because some people wait. And then, like you said, if you wait, then people are going to be like, all right, well, you know what? Then somebody already did the material.
Of course. See, nothing's off limits on stage when I'm up there. Nothing's off limits. Nothing zero. I mean, this girl was so high on edibles that I just did about 20 minutes on her. Just literally just making fun of how she looked sitting there on edibles. And it was great. I didn't have to say one word. She was all the material.
That's awesome, and that's all you need. You just run with it, and then you have a good show. We're talking to my good buddy Brady Matthews. We reconnected about a month ago. He's been on the show a couple times. Big comedian, very, very talented, knows some sports. A lot of things we're going to try to do in the future, but he is definitely a part of the Penthouse now, and very funny guy. Where would you, a lot of your material, where do you get your material from? People were asking me.
I get it from a lot of pain. I get it from pain of being on the road and just observing crappy people. That's it. I saw a lady the other day she was sitting at the terminal.
Yeah.
And she was eating her food and then she wiped her face with her McDonald's bag. So,
wow.
I mean, that's where we're at with society. That's where we're at, Greek. That's where we're at.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten that bad for me yet. But if it is, I'm thinking
Let me ask you a question, Greek. Okay, let me ask you a question. What if you were with a girl and she did that? Would that bother you? What if she was a 10? Would that bother you, or would you be like, that's pretty gross? What's off limits?
That would be pretty gross. But if she's a 10, I mean, I might deal with it.
Jimmy, where are you at?
Oh, you can't. I wouldn't care. I'd wipe it her mouth with the bag for her.
I love it.
I have no standards.
I think I've done way worse.
There are certain things when somebody does something that you're like, you know what I mean? It could turn me off, but I don't know. That's pretty low though. Like wiping your face with a bag. That's not a great thing.
Yeah. What's even worse? A baby crying on the plane, or a guy like it's in the back seat, or like behind the baby on the airplane, and he's playing with the little baby just to show the mom that he's like a good guy. Because this guy was playing with this baby and hitting on the mom the whole time, and people are looking around going, come on, bro. It's not going to happen.
Who would do something like that?
That's crazy.
Psycho. Yeah.
It's like somebody buying Girl Scout cookies because the mom's hot.
Who would do something like that, Brady?
Come on.
You guys kind of look alike. Jimmy, I thought it was you, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's me all the way.
I mean, come
You're
on.
Like, I don't fly Spirit, buddy. Yeah.
I think there's so many unique ways with people. When it's a piece of ass, you know, guys will do anything for it, and they'll do it, even if it's, like you said, playing with the kid, buy something from somebody they don't need. I bought one time I went to a pet store, and I bought a dog leash. I don't even have a dog, but the girl is hot. So what do you do?
What's the most expensive thing that you can tell that you bought for someone on the air? Was it the car?
The expensive thing I bought somebody?
Yeah, girl.
A house.
He bought a house.
It got real quiet, Jimmy.
To get a piece of ass.
Not to get a piece of ass, but yeah. I was paying for one of my ex-girlfriend's car for a year, and I didn't know it one time.
Okay. That's not bad.
We're only on till 2.
Yeah, you asked.
Have you been down at Empire down in Fort Lauderdale since we were there?
Yeah, I was down there with our buddy Simon from Make Vegas Pay, MVP. I was hanging with him. He's got a whole little setup like you do down there now. You get your little locker, right? And you get your little name on there. The whole.
Oh yeah. He bought a whole. I'm not a baller like that. He's he told me he was buying a locker and he's down there, and it's a great deal that they have for their customers. But the Empire is cool. Yeah. It's a great place on Las Olas. A lot of fun. That's where you and I hooked up. Yeah, we'll try to do something with your boy Make Vegas Pay with his sports picks. But what'd you think of the UFC fight card the other night? I know you're a big fan. Conor McGregor didn't fight, though.
He didn't fight. I thought it was good. You know what's funny? I didn't technically see all of that, but I saw the Diaz-Masvidal fight.
Okay.
What did you think of that? Did you care?
No, I'm not into that. I mean, if some of my friends have money on it, then I'll watch it just because of them, but I'm not a UFC guy. I think it's great what Dana White has done. I think, obviously, he's very successful. I like his style. And I was reading an article about him the other day, and he said in the article, excuse me, when he goes on his yacht, he always brings a blackjack dealer. Like, he doesn't worry about anything else but that. I mean, he's a baller. Yeah. And I think he's very unique. He's got a lot of balls. And you know what? When nobody liked UFC 15 years ago, he didn't care.
See, I was more the old school UFC guy. I liked Tank Abbott. I loved Hoyce Gracie. Those were my guys back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, again, that sport has evolved so much, and he's done such a great job. Very successful. Yeah. I look at anybody who's successful, you know what? They did something right. God bless them. And I also like his gambling stories. He's a huge blackjack player, and he's, up and down millions.
Yeah. Okay, side note, what are our thoughts? Who beats the U.S. team in the Olympics? Do they lose at all? Because I'll be honest with you, there's some really good guys playing for other teams that I think can beat the U.S.
I mean, the U.S. is stacked, but again, is the U.S. stacked, or it's because we don't know the other countries and what they have in some of their players? And the other teams have some U.S. guys on it, too, that play in the NBA. So, we're going to see. They're 4-1 to get the gold medal, but you never know. The one thing about our team, we're stacked with a lot of older guys. LeBron's up there, Kevin Durant's up there, Steph Curry's up there, Kawhi's up there. AB, yeah. We don't have young. We got some young guys, but the majority of the team and the stars are in their mid-30s.
They got that kid Gunn from Duke that's going to come out and play. He looks like a stud. He's going to be the number one pick next year.
Yeah, I think he will. Kerr's a great coach. I like him. I always like what he had. So where are you playing in the future, upcoming? Where's your next gigs?
I'll be at the Comedy Bar all this weekend with another funny comedian named Kayvon.
And where's that at?
That's in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Wow. So you're hitting the road again. Man, that's tough.
Yeah. Well, my daughter needs food, so I don't care about me as long as she eats. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, you're a good dad, Brady. One of the things I respect about you. You are a good dad, and you provide for your daughter. All right, brother, we're going to let you go. We got to get you in studio again sooner than later. When you leave for Chicago?
I love that. I leave Thursday, so I'll see you boys when I get back.
All right, brother. Have a good trip, and I'll give you a call over the next couple days.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Peace.
Take care, Brady.
Brady Matthews, everybody. Funny guy. Check him out on his website. And when he's playing in the area, check him out because he is very funny and a good guy. Jimmy, good show. Thank you for all your help on a Monday.
All right. Thanks a lot, Greek. Have yourself a great afternoon. And thank you for listening.
Appreciate you guys always tuning in. It is hot as you know what out there. So make sure you're drinking a lot of fluids. And if you get a little bit too hot, put your head in water. We'll be back tomorrow with some more nonsense and a $1,000 giveaway. It continues 13 times a day. Who doesn't want cash in their pocket? I know I do. Peace.
Without a net. Suck it, podcasts. Unless you're our podcast. That can get fixed in post, right? Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe it. Woo!
Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
It's $1,000 in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Expressway is problem-free on our Monday afternoon drive. We are looking good up to speed. If you're traveling 95, Turnpike is accident-free. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Spectacular savings are happening now at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. You can get a Sleepy's Queen mattress for just $89.99, the lowest price ever. Upgrade, save, and celebrate before it's too late. Offer ends Tuesday. In-store only while supplies last. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's the Greek, Monroe's of Palm Beach. Wizards and Wands, huge event, 500 cash prizes for the best costume, plus prize raffles all night long. Monroe's of Palm Beach, open till 5 a.m. It's Saturday, July 13th, Wizards and Wands. It's a big event. Stop by. You'll see a beautiful lady, enjoy a great night, and open till 5 a.m. It's Wizards and Wands with 500 cash on the line. Monroe's is open 7 days a week, and they're open at 5 a.m. with beautiful ladies all the time. The magic is there every night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
We need your help to protect your right to AM radio in your car. AM is always there in times of need with the key information for our community. The overwhelming majority of legislators support a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time's running out. Please text the two letters AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month. Text stop to stop. A message from the station.
Ahoy, fishing fans! It's the 12th annual Treasure Coast Bonito Blast Fishing Tournament, hosted by Pirates Cove Resort and Marina in Stewart. Mark your calendars for Saturday, July 27th. Join us for happy hour to watch the boats come in and enjoy the festivities. Don't miss the Captain's Dinner on Friday, July 26th. Register to fish at TreasureCoastBonitoBlast.com. Remember, all proceeds benefit the Wounded Veterans Relief Fund. Really on the fun at Pirates Cove Resort and Marina, July 26th and 27th, 4307 Southeast Bayview Street, Stewart. See you there.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Can't believe it's 90 all summer.
What? It's like 100 degrees out today.
No, it's only $90 to get your marijuana card with MMJ Health's Meltdown Madness. Limited appointments. Visit mmjhealth.com/realradio. Again, that's mmjhealth.com/realradio.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We have another scorcher ahead of us. Heat index values topping out in the triple digits. We're looking at 110, 115 degrees for those heat indices this afternoon. A slight chance of showers, but those are mostly going to be contained inland, especially with the interaction of the west coast sea breeze.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Saucy Nugs, a whole new way to nug. The best nugs are now even better. Wendy's new Saucy Nugs take the nugs you love and sauce them up in bold flavors, including buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, and spicy ghost pepper. Try them all today. For a whole new way to nug, it's gotta be Wendy's, at participating U.S. Wendy's.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword credit at realradio921.com. That's credit. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
To the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And Francis is here.
Hey, what's going on?
Freddie, what does it say about your gym clothes? Because you go to the gym more than anybody. When I go to the gym, I just throw on a pair of sweats and a T-shirt.
Yeah, which a lot of people do.
But what does it say? I know you have something that I saw this article, but I didn't really get into.
And it's interesting, right? Everybody has their own style. I'm typically leggings, sports bra kind of girl. I see guys that just do the basketball shorts and a tank, and then there's some guys who wear like even leggings themselves, those tight pants. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
I'm like, I can see everything.
Yeah, I've seen that. And it's hard not to look. You're like, whoa.
I know. I was like, you are hiding nothing.
Yeah.
And I guess you could say that for some women too, especially nowadays with those pants that go right up the rear ends.
Yeah, you could say that again. We've talked about it. I mean,
Yes.
you see them in the supermarkets all the time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, it's everywhere. It's not just the gym. I mean, they wear them everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Supermarkets,
True,
like on a Sunday morning, I'm not saying it's not appropriate. I'm just surprised.
Women like it right there. I mean, they do. They walk around in their gym clothes. Like, I'm wearing my gym clothes today because I didn't go this morning. I'm going right after I'm done here today. So that's why I'm going. But yeah, so these fashion experts, right? Fashion and fitness experts, is according to the New York Post, wrote about what these things mean. Your clothing. And if you go in, which I normally don't see, like a full-on tracksuit, right? They say that stepping to a gym in a tracksuit ensemble shows you're not just a fashionista in training, you're actually there to train. This is if they see someone decked out in full Adidas. I'm not familiar with Kappa Kappa, are you? Kappa Kappa tracksuit? You would think that they're an athlete or someone who probably jogs outside every morning and takes workouts very seriously.
Yeah. Kappa
Yep.
Kappa?
Kappa Kappa is a brand.
Okay, I'll say that the next time somebody I see.
Kappa, Kappa.
Is that a Kappa Kappa?
A Kappa Kappa tracksuit or Adidas. Let's say if you are a T-shirt, basketball shorts, and maybe like a a little drawstring bag, which I see a lot of guys. They said wearing a ratty old T-shirt and shorts signals you have a more relaxed fitness style. I would think they're going to like the YMCA or an old
That's
traditional
me.
gyms, or maybe you're a stoner, is what they said. Is that
wow.
interesting? Like, automatically they go, you smoke pot if that's what you're wearing. This one's weird. If you wear who wears ski masks? They said if you
gym?
If you see someone while wearing a ski mask, I would probably go the other way.
So would I.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're about to get rolled.
That's what they said. Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm leaving.
They said it's probably a guy. While it may look like he's about to rob something, the fashion experts say it shows he's super serious about his health and wants to be outside even in the cold. So I guess if he's outside running, so if you see someone running while wearing a ski mask.
Okay.
They said matching sportswear and headphones, which is typically what I do. They said those who sport the latest coordinating Lululemon, which I do not do because it's too damn expensive.
Oh, my God.
What sports bra is like $100.
What a scam.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, girl.
I got a gift card, $100 gift card for my mother-in-law.
Couldn't get a sock.
And I never stepped into one. And so I stepped in there and I was like, now I know I never stepped into one because I was like, maybe I can get a set. No, I can get a bra. And that's it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
Yep. And it's always packed.
Yeah. They said while chatting away on their Bluetooth Apple AirPods Max, they said those people have a place to be and are ready to get down to business. They don't have time to waste. If they want to get their sweat session before their next meeting or work, it shows. So those people are just in it for business. Don't talk to them. Let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then this is interesting because they say sneakers, all right? You would think everybody wears sneakers. I have noticed a lot of people at the gym wearing Crocs.
Really?
Lately.
Is that dangerous? Because if something falls
You
in-
would think. I mean, if something
falls-
fall on your sneaker, it's still going to hurt. I mean, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe Crocs because the rubber might be a little bit more protective.
I don't know.
But you would think like with the, because they're slides, like you wouldn't think that it would be such a great thing. But I've noticed a lot of guys wearing Crocs at the gym. It's weird. Yeah, but they say shoes are the biggest telltale signs if somebody doesn't know what they're doing. If they're wearing Converse or Nike Air Force One, you know they're not really prepared. Which is interesting because I have heard,
Really, huh?
well, yeah, because I've heard with the Converse, like a lot of people wear them for leg day because they're flat.
Okay.
So it's easier to do squats and stuff in. So I've actually seen people bring 2 pairs of sneakers.
Wow, they're
like
into
if
that
they
now.
do, I have my buddy Nate does it.
No, but he's
so
into
for,
training.
So for like cardio and stuff, they'll put on their regular sneakers, running shoes, and maybe they'll get that done on the treadmill, and then they'll hop on and do the other stuff, and then they change into like their Chucks or Converse. But this person's saying you're not prepared. The fitness trainer points out that a lot of popular sneakers are made for athleisure, not for workouts. And while the latest viral footwear trends may look good, they recommend wearing the clothing and shoes that works best for that workout, regardless of what's most trendy.
Now,
And
who
so-
wrote that? The sneaker company? So you
This-
buy another pair.
Yes, yes. But he's not telling
CEO of Nike.
But he's not telling you because he's even knocking Nike Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
So he's not telling you which ones to wear. He's just saying you should wear gym shoes, not
Yeah, get another pair.
Converse. Yes. Yep. So those are the one things. There's more on there, but that's just the meat of it.
I was at my gym last week, and these 2 guys were arguing over changing the channel. And I was the only person. One guy wanted to watch the news, the other guy ESPN. So I was sitting there just doing my stuff, jumping some rope. And they both asked me at the same time. They go, "What do you want on?" And I looked at both and I go, "I'm not in this. You
I don't care.
guys do what you want."
You duke it out.
But they were really arguing
care.
back and forth. I go, "Why don't you do like 15 minutes each? How's that?" And then I just finished. I was jumping rope, and I was like, "I'm out." But it was so funny.
Peace out
Yeah,
before this gets worse.
It was. They
Yeah.
were getting intense. Like one guy came over, clicked it, put the clicker down on this little bench. The other guy gets off the treadmill, comes over, changes it. You know when you change it, even at a bar, when you change a game, that's why they usually don't let anybody have the clickers because people get pissed.
Yeah.
They're watching something. Oh my God, I was cracking up. And when he did, I go, "This guy's gonna lose his cookies." And he did. He came back and he switched it. He's like, "Why don't you decide?" It's I'm out. I got no
Hey, don't
choice.
get me involved in this nightmare.
I'm not doing this. I don't care.
Well, Greek, get your pen ready because here is the dating trends for 2024 according to a dating app.
I'm ready.
All right, so apparently they do this where they predict what the dating trends for the following year are going to be. And here are 6 trends that they expect to see in 2024. First one is something that they call Riz-colored glasses. And I said Riz. A play on the term rose-colored glasses. Riz is short for charisma. It's when you fall for somebody because they're very charismatic, but then realize you'll never have a real relationship with them.
But a little bit, a good time is better than no time.
Yeah, I guess so, right? Money's on the dresser. VBD, that's short for Vision Board Dating. Adjusting your dating app location to somewhere you're thinking about moving to. These are dating trends that they're predicting for 2024. Apparently, people are going to say, "Well, I think I might move to this area, so I'm going to adjust my location on the app for that place." Seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
I could see if you're actually going to move there, it would make sense, right?
Because it may never happen.
Yeah, I don't quite grasp that one. Here's another one, number 3 on this list. These are dating trends for 2024. There's a total of 6. PMI, short for premature intimacy. It's like TMI, or too much information. It's when you share too many personal details too early in a relationship. That's going to be a trend.
Okay.
They're thinking that'll be a trend.
Very weird, but
It'll be a
That
trend
does
where
seem-
people will be telling you more.
Yeah, apparently they're going to be, too much personal information early on in a relationship, like maybe your first date, and you talk about that rash.
We have heard about that, like, just I don't know if you want to talk about that rash, but where people are being more upfront and honest because they don't want to waste anybody's time, including their own. Even on their profiles, they're putting out more about themselves too.
Maybe that's a part of that trend, right? How about theraposing? THERA-posing. It's when you use therapy speak too much and act like you're more evolved than you really are. Cannon bailing.
Man, these are so different.
Yeah, I know they are.
Cannon bailing.
Cannon bailing. Quote, cultivating your identity outside of a relationship. So putting yourself first. It's a play on cannonball, but also a canon event. It's slang for a pivotal moment in your life that changes everything. Finally, on this, cryptic ick. And that's when a person you're with suddenly feels icky because they're way too focused on one specific topic. In this particular case, they're really saying that they're focusing too much on cryptocurrency. That's the crypt ick, right? Part of it. But I guess it can be any one specific topic that you're focused so much on. But they're using the cryptocurrency as an example. Is that even a thing anymore? Boy, that feels like it just died right off. I mean, when cryptocurrency went downhill, not to jump away from a topic so quickly, but you don't even hear it. I don't even read anything about it anymore.
Nope, you don't hear anything about it at all.
Much, yeah.
The only thing you hear once in a while about is that kid who was the CEO that he's on trial. That's the only thing you hear about. I mean, all those trends are just... They're very hard to really know what they are because they're so when you're putting them out there, you don't even know what they are.
I hate to say it, but maybe stuff that's more for the younger generation because some of that stuff. Really, it's people. You can put out too much information about your personal side of things. I'm sure that's been happening, but apparently this is trendy. I guess you're supposed to do that, or it's going to be.
Well, like Franny said, maybe people feel like I don't want to waste your time. So up front, I'm going to tell you, this is what I'm about. This is what I like, and if you don't, then it's like a poker game. I'm out, and then you move on. It takes a lot of stones in some respects, but it's confidence too, where you're like, hey, this is what I'm about. If you're not this way, it's also a little narrow-minded, I think, too, because you're not giving anybody really a chance. You're just like, this is the way it is, and that's it.
And that's where some of them seem that way. The glasses, the Riz-colored glasses, where you fall for somebody that has a lot of charisma, but then you realize you're not going to have a relationship with them. That's some sort of a trend, a dating trend.
Yeah.
It seems weird. I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it. I've been out of the dating world for a while.
Very young. So from doctors to therapists, that's what we're going to go. That's going to be our segue to ditching therapists. It looks like these days, instead of going to a therapist or life coach or counselor, they're going to psychics instead. So people have given up on trying to get advice from their shrinks for psychics who they said give them real guidance instead. There's somebody in particular who's an artist and a model living in Jersey City. And she said that she was dissatisfied with therapy for nearly 30 years.
Wow.
She's only 35. She's been going to therapy since she's 5 years old.
Wow.
It can happen.
Yeah,
There's kids who go there. I went to therapy when I was a kid. So she decided to seek guidance from an intuitive healer practicing tarot and astrology. And she said, I gave up on therapy after a while because I didn't find it helpful. Well, man, 30 years is a long time of doing it for not finding it helpful.
I was going to say that. Took it how long?
She said therapists are in no rush to get your problems figured out. She said it drags on. And it's a very long process.
And expensive.
Yep. She said that now she doesn't even think she needs it. For many people, she said a lot of it is due to cost barrier, too. As G-Man mentioned, can be pricey. Seeing a therapist every week is like a habit. Like they want you to keep coming back. It's almost like an addiction in a strange way. So you do. She does, but she feels, at least in her situation, that they are disconnected from their patients. Of course, this is one person's story. If you're a therapist, we're not talking about everybody thinking that. And so, she said that divide will lead to disconnect at best, judgment at worst. And so she just didn't feel like it was helping her out in particular. So, yes, now she goes to what she calls a different kind of healing from tarot card reading, astrology, and all other kinds of psychic help. And she's not the only one who's jumping into this instead.
I think the expense is a big thing for a lot of people. A lot of times it's not covered. I think the other thing with a lot of people, and I know a couple people like this, your therapist is not your friend. I mean, if you want to